Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Gwynn Jr. here. Matt Scraby there. Game 2, Padres, Tigers. Hopefully, it's a little better than yesterday.
What's the point, Tony? What's the point?
You're there already?
No, but my neighbor is. He's very
Your
upset.
neighbor is, huh?
My neighbor is very upset with what transpired yesterday. People just don't understand. Sometimes you face the best pitcher in baseball in your first game, and sometimes you lose that game. It's just part of the game, I think.
Don't want to hear it, buddy. Sorry.
You don't want to hear from me, or you don't want to hear from the neighbor?
Well, either one.
Okay, fine.
It's game 1. Yeah, man. Game 2, we turn the page. Framber Valdez going for the Detroit Tigers. Michael King going for the San Diego Padres, and a little tad bit different lineup today.
Hold on, we got to get used to this.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
No problem
there. Yeah, pretty much same order. Even as it didn't look that great yesterday, but Fernando back in there at the top. Xander, Manny, Jackson, Miguel Andujar, and Ramon Laureano slides up. Ty France gets to start at first base tonight. Jake Cronenworth will be at second. He'll bat 8th, and then Luis Camposano also gets to start here at behind the dish. So hopefully we can get some better results there. It's great.
I would hope so. Now, immediately the chat is questioning this lineup. And they're not questioning as in like, oh, this is a terrible lineup, they're going to lose. They're questioning why Ty France over Nick Castellanos. I mean, Nick Castellanos, in my answer, before you answer, what? Go ahead.
No, before I answer.
Before you answer, my thought was Nick Castellanos just might not be ready to play a 9-inning game at first base. And so
how about who was swinging the bat better?
Probably Ty France.
That probably
He was.
Yes, like that. I mean, I think that's a good enough reason right now.
Okay.
I think he played better, and for two guys who were competing to get on the roster, I think the one who probably showed a little bit better probably gets the first opportunity. So yeah, I think that's probably why Ty France is going today.
Hey, I'm fine with it. I like Ty France. He plays good defense. He won a Gold Glove. He's going to be fine.
Nick is going to get his opportunity here shortly, no doubt. Whether that's at first, which it probably will be. Who does Detroit have going for him again tomorrow? Hold on.
Flaherty.
So a righty. So that'll probably be Gavin. But his time is coming. It may even come in left field. Who knows? We'll see.
The other difference, Camposano.
Yeah, behind the dish.
We're seeing him right out the gate. They want him to figure it out. I mean, they have put so much energy into him.
I think there is I don't think it's outlandish to not necessarily know what you're going to get from Freddie offensively, and that Camposano's potential is higher offensively. I think Freddie is I mean, the only flaw I think Freddie has defensively is maybe on the throws from the outfield or things of that nature, being able to hold the tag, those type of deals. Everything else in terms of like the running game, calling the game, I don't know that there's you'd be hard pressed to find a guy who can catch and receive and throw that's better than him.
He has one of the best pop times in major leagues.
I don't think there's anybody better. So I think that's what the trade-off. I think that is what the potential that the Pods see in Cappy offensively. I think he's still, he's not where they probably would like him to be defensive. He's improved a lot, but he still has some flaws, some deficiencies there. But I think they look at his offense and what he was able to do last year. They think that the potential's there for him to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And better than possibly Freddie. I know Freddie had an amazing spring training, but as we saw yesterday, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say the people are like, what? Freddie Fermin's out already? Well, he went 0 for 3. So if Camposano goes 0 for 3 tonight, there's no difference.
Listen, I have a feeling we're going to be doing the whole
I don't want to, Tony. I don't want
the lineup's changing too much. It's gonna come. You watch my work.
No, you're right. It will,
because it already sounds like Stem is going to be changing it up. It's not like you're gonna get the same one like you did with Mike last year,
except for Fernando at the top. I mean, 2 days in a row.
Two righties in a row.
I'm irked.
Or two lefties in a row.
I'm irked. I really wanted to see Fernando hit cleanup, and I know it's going to happen.
Even if he doesn't hit first, it may not be cleanup.
Could be second. Could be third.
But ultimately, it's been two lefties. So tomorrow, I guess, is when you find out if that's what they're holding to.
Yeah, we'll see if Jake goes up to the top, or I don't think Jackson Merrill's going to hit leadoff, but Jake definitely seems like a candidate for that. Now, I wanted to know yesterday, because Craig Stammen had Kyle Hart up and ready to go yesterday, and they decided not to use him. And he explained himself after the game. He said, I think the hardest part was the decision making was who was going to pitch and how we are going to get through the game pitching guys that we wanted to save. We ended up wanting to save Kyle Hart for tomorrow, and the next day their lineup is predominantly left-handed. We felt like if we saved him for the next 2 days, we had a better chance. We could be a little bit more aggressive with the bullpen if we had to be. We knew if Wandy just pitched one inning, he'd be good to go one of the next 2 days. I really liked reading this because it shows you how much thought is put into these things. It's not just sit him down.
Yeah, I hope for Stam's sake that he doesn't want to explain that every day.
No,
because I worry that him giving this little tidbit is going to open him up to have to do this all the time. Hello, that is how all of these decisions go down. Like it's never how it's always broken down in the chat the following, and I don't mean our chat, I'm just saying in general, like on social media, it's never broken down in that from that concept. You know what I'm saying? It's always broken down about that particular moment and maybe the next guy after that, but not days on out. And so, kudos to him for giving the explanation so that, maybe people can understand what it is that kind of goes into those decisions.
I think he kind of has to do this in the beginning just because it lets us into his thought process and like, okay,
he doesn't.
Maybe he doesn't need to, but it's nice. It's nice for the fans to get to know his thought process. It's a perk
so y'all
for me.
can second guess it down the line.
I'm not.
Whatever.
I won't second guess him until we're at game like 80. Okay. Okay.
Let's bet on that.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I got to bring up this other news, Tony, before we hit the first break. But Tiger Woods involved in another car crash. I'm looking at the picture right now. It rolled over onto his driver's side. So the crash itself doesn't look like it was at high speed. The car looks on its side.
What kind of cars does he have?
He's got this one is a Land Rover, I believe, or a Range Rover, one of the two. But it's sitting on its side, and it doesn't look like the other car did when he broke his leg and all that stuff. But the police have actually held a press conference, or holding one right now, and I'll give you the information as soon as we know. But of course, there's a lot of rumors. All right. I hope so too. There is. What
are the rumors? I haven't seen those.
His rumors were they got DUI. So. Yeah, I don't know that that's actually true because
at 2 in the afternoon.
Don't put it past someone, bro. Don't put it past someone, bro.
I'm sorry.
I knew a guy one time that got a DUI at 6 o'clock in the morning after dropping his friend off at the airport in his underwear, and he had to go to jail in his boxers. So,
that's not great.
That's not great either. Don't drive drunk. Number one. But we'll figure this out. I hope he's okay. I hope that he is not facing a DUI. That would be terrible. All bad. He's not going to play in the Masters. Let's just say that.
Hopefully his back is still straight. He was just starting to play golf again.
Yeah, he actually qualified, I believe, or he sent in his paperwork for the U.S. Senior Open, and then maybe on that drive home or something.
Are you being serious about the Senior Open thing?
Maybe I got. Let me see. If that's right.
I thought that was like a joke because you were talking about him joining the Senior Tour.
No,
and we were like. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. See, to me, if he has signed up for that, that would mean that he definitely wants to come back.
Yeah, U.S. Senior Open. he signed up for. And he's entered the championship simply to ensure eligibility, but will not make a decision about playing until a later date.
Well, let's hope that he wasn't getting the DUI, that he's all right. Second, that he didn't get a DUI. And that third, we can get to see him on the senior tour.
Yeah. I don't like the feel of this. I don't like the feel of this at all. And that's just my gut.
You feel like it's going bad? You going sideways?
I think it's going to go bad. I think it's going to go bad, but I hope it doesn't. I really do. We're
going to find out. That press conference is going to say so.
I guess the press conference came out and they didn't give many details. So that's great. Not. That's great. We still we can hear from Craig Stammen. We could do that a little bit later. We got a bunch of other news to talk about. Craig Stammen was on with Bennett Woods. Jason Adam is going to be leaving today for a AAA El Paso game in Sacramento.
It's AAA opening day today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't they do the same day? No, I did not know it was AAA opening day, Tony. I can barely keep track of what opening day.
You know what's funny is I hadn't opened the rundown yet until just now.
What are you looking at?
You did not put starting like numbers versus finishing numbers.
Oh, that was in Kevin Acey's newsletter this morning.
I understand that, but
it's more.
Oh, it's for Xander. It's for Xander.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a reaction to last night.
Oh, no. I know that's crazy to go one game versus the other 161. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about that on the other side. Xander has had pretty poor starts with the Padres and really great finishes with the Padres. So we can talk about that too.
All right, let's get to break. More Gwynn Chris on the other side.
This Easter, make host.
All right, everybody, with a new baseball season ahead, we got to get used to our timing. Tony is standing right there, I'm pretty sure. And you can see Dave Marcus in the screen, and he will be here in just a second. But we just talked about Tiger Woods, and I just got a push notification from about Tiger Woods. And it does look like he was charged with a DUI. So here's what it says. I'm just getting this, so I want to make sure I'm bringing you the actual right news. But all it says really is that he was arrested for a DUI. He was involved in a 2-car crash, and that one of the vehicles rolled over. No injuries, but yeah, Tony, he is being arrested for a DUI.
Oh, bad, man.
Yeah.
Oh, bad. Eldrick. Messing up, man.
When guys like Tiger get DUIs, I'm like, what are you doing? You have more money than a lot of human beings on earth. And I understand it's not that simple, like, oh, I need a driver. But still, you are putting people in danger. And I don't know what it was that he was under the influence of, but you have to think it's some sort of opiate because he's in so much pain all the time. And I do know that he does take opiates.
What are we doing? Oh, you can't assume it's opiate. You got a DUI.
You're right. I shouldn't assume it's opiates. You're right. I shouldn't. But that's where my brain goes. As someone who knows a lot of people, someone who's been through the process, Tiger's not a drinker, to my knowledge.
How do you know? You don't know he's not a drinker.
Well, have you seen Tiger? He's like a robot.
So you're telling me dudes who look like that don't drink any alcohol at all? They can't drink alcohol? Come on.
I'm saying Tiger doesn't seem like he drinks to excess.
Listen, I get Tiger's in good shape. I've seen a lot of people who are in better shape than Tiger that drink alcohol.
Fine.
Why can't we just leave it at he got a DUI?
Right. All right, you got a DUI.
What happens.
All right, you're right. You know, I was trying to be so careful with this darn story, and then I come out and I say, well, he was on opiates.
You took a hatchet to him right there.
All right, let me take that back. I don't know.
Bad enough, he got an accident. He put somebody else in danger. He got a DUI. Let's leave it at that.
All right. Ramon Laureano is supposed to join us today at 3 p.m., so that's our first Friday guest of the season.
I got to tell you, Ramon is cramping my style a little bit.
Why?
There's a FIFA trophy in this building right now, and I could go look at it at 3:00, but I'm staying on here for Ramon.
Wait, the actual FIFA trophy is in the building?
The actual FIFA trophy is in the building.
Why is it there?
I think it's doing a tour right now. It was in
the
LA.
Trophy's doing a tour. I know, I figured.
It was in LA not that long ago. So, yeah, I just want to say that. Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry. We'll have to bring that up to Mr. Razor Ramon. Like, do you know?
I'll tell him when we get down there.
All right.
Don't you worry, buddy.
I think that it's a safe bet to say that he was the first guest of Friday for this season because he hit a home run yesterday.
Fitting.
Yeah, it's very fitting. So we'll talk to him.
Can't throw Ramon Laureano 3 changeups in a row.
No.
The third one will end up in the deck, Western Metal.
I heard you guys talking about that. Like, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's throwing me 2 changeups. He's going to go somewhere else. Like, what is that? How do you think about that? When you get 2 pitches in a row, same pitches, what is your thought process?
Let me say this. You can throw 3 in a row. You better execute, especially the third one.
Yeah.
Because if you don't execute it, at that point, a hitter doesn't even necessarily have to be sitting changeup. He's just seen it and would recognize it out of hand a little bit better. Because it wasn't like he was completely fooled on the previous 2. Now, if you got 2 swing and miss like badly, okay, yeah, you could maybe throw the third, but I don't recall that being the case in those 2 previous changeups before that. He got some good looks at it. I know he took at least one of them.
Yeah.
And, the third one floated right back over the inner third. And my God.
I did not expect for that. Yeah. I need to start because it was the only home run of the day yesterday. I need to do the compilation of you throughout the season.
That definitely got one.
It did. It got one for sure. Yeah. So Ramon Laureano on at 3 p.m. I think in the next segment we're gonna hear from Craig Stammen. He was on with Ben and Woods, but tonight they face Framber Valdez. Now, what's up with the San Diego Wave, Tony? They signed a massive Name. Katerina
Okay, sorry.
Macario from
Oh
Chelsea.
yeah. She is. I mean, she was on the national team. This is like a legit player coming from Chelsea. It sounds like for not all of them, but for a lot of the women that have left to go play overseas, not all of those clubs are situated like some of the men's clubs in Europe. And so you're starting to kind of read about chatter that, maybe it's not necessarily better over there. You get to play in Europe and get to play some of these, big time league in these big time leagues against some of these big time clubs. But in terms of what you get training wise, some of the things that you kind of need, it sounds like the NWSL is starting to maybe pull ahead there.
They are, because that's exactly what I thought when I learned that she was coming from Chelsea. I was like, what's the catch here?
It was just a year ago that they lost to big time. They lost Thompson that went over there to play for Chelsea, and then they also lost Naomi Gurman.
Yeah, that's true.
Chelsea. So I guess it's a fluid situation still, but this is back-to-back times now. They've got the highest paid. They had the highest paid player in Trinity Rodman, and now what's the young lady's name again?
Oh, her name is, I want to make sure I get it right, Katerina Macario.
Yeah. She's now she's the highest paid player.
Man, NWSL is really, they're doing better job than the WNBA, I have to say.
It's funny. I was trying to educate my daughters yesterday about how far they have come in a very little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? It's like the WNBA is the highest paid of all the women's sports. I mean, outside of tennis, I think.
Yeah.
But look how long they've been in existence to like get to this point.
Like almost 30 years.
Right. The NWSL
is like what, 5 years old?
Is young, and I know they've had different iterations, but they have progressed in like a extremely fast time in terms of pay, and they still got ways to go, but it's certainly, I'm sure if you are a young girl out there, there is a lot of hope for you if you want to play sports and make some decent money.
I know you're very excited whenever another NWSL player gets signed, because that makes better opportunities for your daughters.
If they choose to pursue it that long, yeah, absolutely.
It does seem like they love soccer, though.
It does, but they're still young. It could change just like that.
This Alec Boehm thing, I don't know.
Sad.
I don't know if you want to get into it now or on the other side, because we don't have enough time, but we could, I guess, preview it a little bit. But Alec Boehm is suing his parents. Alec Boehm's the third baseman for the Phillies, and it's very sad. He's alleging that they basically took his money.
They were siphoning, he said.
Siphoning.
Yeah.
They were siphoning off of his accounts, and then when he asked for, his logins and things like that, they're like, no, we can't give it to you. And it's like, whoa, why can't you give it to me? So he had to sue them, and it looks like they were paying off some of their own credit card bills, according to his attorney. I hate that this is so public, because after the game yesterday, obviously, this story dropped. He had to be asked about it. But as a guy with great parents, I can't even imagine how betrayed you feel when your parents are stealing money from you. Allegedly.
That's kind of like the ultimate letdown, because there was clearly a lot of trust to begin with, because his parents handled it long after he was of age where he could do it himself. And so, yeah, man, that's like kind of probably your worst nightmare, allegedly, if this is indeed true.
Yeah, it would be really weird for him to lie about his parents stealing money from him. But, crazier things have happened in the past. I just feel bad for him, because this is all in the public eye. It's always going to be in the public eye. I think he's made around $27 million in his career. And they allegedly seem like they just took it and used it for their own stuff and paid off some of their bills. And then when he wanted to see what was going on in his accounts, they wouldn't give him anything. So, yeah. I guess there's not much else to say about it other than that it's sad and he has to deal with this. But anyway, what's going on at the field, Tony? Anything good?
No, not yet. They're about to start some early hitting here. Looks like Toddy's out, Gav's out, Ramon's out, and Miguel.
And Duhar.
See,
Yesterday he hit a high fastball from Tarek Skubal. Like it was like high and away, and I was pretty impressed. Even though it went right to the second baseman, I was pretty impressed. Skubal's 98 miles an hour. It's not an easy pitch to hit, so I'm just looking forward to seeing him hit for some power and do hard.
I'll tell him you were impressed.
Thank you, thank you, Tony. I really appreciate that.
All right, let's get to break. More Gwynn Chris on the other side.
Ben and Woods on the
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
It's gravy from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
It's gravy from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch.
So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
These things. It even tells you, hey, there's a canyon over here. Don't hit it here.
It's Gravy from about 45 feet. His caddy tells him to play it a little to the right. He's been playing well so far today. Fourth hole. Nice smooth delivery. Hit it too hard.
Sasquatch. So Chris says that he can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Greg. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not used to complimentary to you, but can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You hit some.
Welcome back into Gwynn Chris. I am at the Bill House Studios, where I know how. Tony at Petco Park, get ready for Game 2. We're going to talk to Ramon Laureano at 3 p.m. for our first visit of Friar Friday. Before we get into this Craig Stammen interview with Ben and Woods this morning, Tony, do you see the Miles Bird news?
No.
He is officially going to be entering the transfer portal, and he's going to finish his career elsewhere, which I don't think is a surprise at all, but he is the last remaining member of that 2023 Final Four team.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Was it Miles and now what? BJ Davis also.
BJ Davis did yesterday, yeah.
So,
well, are we waiting
like,
for Magoon Guath to hit the portal?
Maybe not.
I mean, Ziegler said the Aztecs could have a completely different team next year because of NIL and all that. I mean, there's going to be some guys that stay, but it's going to look a lot different.
That is the world in which we live in.
I hate this world. I do. I hate it. I hate it.
I'm sorry.
I mean, Miles Bird, he struggled this year. He won that Defensive Player of the Year, so that's a good thing. But I think he's always, he had one foot out the door. When he went to the NBA Combine, they told him, hey, you need one good college season.
Everybody
get you drafted.
Has one foot out the door. Everyone is at least thinking about it.
All right. Well, Miles Bird no longer with the Aztecs. I almost said the Padres for some reason. As we said, Jason Adam is going to pitch for AAA El Paso tomorrow in Sacramento. He is eligible to come off of the injured list April 6th. And yesterday, Bradley Rodriguez did a pretty good job of keeping himself in that bullpen for at least now with his 3 strikeouts and his changeup and all of that. So we'll see what place Jason Adam takes. I don't think it's going to be.
Is that what you said?
Bradley Rodriguez. Yeah, isn't it wasn't his changeup yesterday?
Yeah, it was good.
He threw it more than he's ever thrown it before.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it was good.
Okay. All right. I'm just I'm still trying to figure out how to couch the changeup, how to talk about it with you, Tony. I'm trying to break through this tough shell of yours.
Who cares? Bradley threw very well yesterday. Very, very well. His changeup was exceptional.
Okay.
That was yesterday, though. On to the day where the Padres need to get a victory. Or they would like to get a victory.
You baseball players, man, you guys need to enjoy the future a little bit and the past.
You're not even enjoying the future. You're enjoying the past. That wasn't a great pass, by the way.
Okay.
Do you remember Barrett Robbins?
Oh, yes, I do.
If I'm not mistaken, that was the center during Super Bowl. He got something happened. He kind of had an episode. In Tijuana.
Yep. Yeah. It was here in this Super Bowl, but yeah, go ahead.
He passed away today. It sounds like cause of death was not made known, but Tim Brown was the first to deliver the news on X. He said, "Good evening. It is with great regret that I tell you I just received a call from Marissa Robbins informing me that Raiders All-Pro center Barrett Robbins passed away overnight. Thankfully, he passed peacefully in his sleep." So
It's 52. That's
man.
very, very young. It's very sad. Sounds
It's
like he's been
crazy,
struggling
crazy
with
young.
some stuff for a while, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah, no doubt.
Craig Stammen. He was on with Ben Woods. He made his first appearance on the manager's report, and Ben Woods' manager's report with Craig Stammen is brought to you by SDCCU. It's not big bank banking. It's better. And they asked Craig Stammen about his nerves going into yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was definitely a different day. I was excited when I woke up. Definitely woke up early. I slept great the night before, but woke up early, and I got to the ballpark around 7 a.m. and I tell you what, those next 6 hours felt like it lasted 4 days, before the game started. And I was feeling the nerves, leading up to the introductions and the national anthem, but kind of once that all the pomp and circumstance got going on, I felt pretty calm and comfortable, and mainly because we have a great team, and the other part is we have a great coaching staff too. So I felt like I had a lot of people around me that were going to support me and that it was going to be a lot of fun. And then the first thing happens and we get behind and things change really fast. But overall, it was an exciting day and good to kick off the season, but great to start getting some W's.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just wonder, there's not much really to talk about on that one. I just wonder how much different the nerves are from manager to player, because now you have the entire team that you're looking after. Before, I mean, you were playing for your teammates.
He said before the game, he said something along the lines of, in some ways, I'm more relaxed than I was as a player because, everything is dependent on you going out there and doing a job. And so he said from that standpoint, I guess it was a different feeling. But he also said on the flip side of that, he probably could make a case that he was more nervous because of the fact that the decisions that he's going to need to make are going to come fast. They're going to sometimes hinge on, one or two things. And just, I think the fact that he is serious about relying on his staff, I think that's probably why ultimately he probably, once the game started, was good to go.
He also was asked about, not a great thing that you're managing your first game and you immediately are playing from behind. So they asked him about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not one of those, it was 4-0. The game's still in the balance that early. You can come back and score runs, but, you're never out of it in any game. As we even saw in the 8th inning, we had base loaded. We had a chance to make it a little tighter.
Yep.
But so you're managing, you got to manage every game probably differently, and every game is going to have different situations and managing them appropriately. And yesterday kind of turned into a game where we had to lose properly. We had to lose in the right way and save the right guys in the pen and get the guys work that needed to get work. And they did a great job of getting through the game and pitching those innings that not everybody wants to pitch, pitching when we've got a deficit like that, 8-0. And they did a great job, and we're going to win a lot of games like that with those guys pitching. We get behind, they come in the game, they're going to hold that deficit, and we're going to come back. We've got an offense that can come back. So, we didn't end up coming back yesterday, but it was another game, and we got another game today. So exciting.
Oh, there's that baseball player. There's that baseball player mindset right there. That was yesterday. We got a game today. There's a game on the other side too.
Yeah, I mean, it really shouldn't just be a baseball thing. It should be an everybody thing. But I think in the game of baseball, it's such a difficult sport that if you don't do that, you're not giving yourself a good chance, like at all. Like it literally, if he walked in here today and was like, and maybe a manager can get away with it a little bit more because I mean ultimately he's just gonna, but maybe that slows his decision making down. I don't know, but I know as a player, you come in here and you are still irritated about punching out in the 9th to lose the game. You're not gonna be your best you. It's just not. I haven't seen it.
I mean, I understand it. You have to understand us mere mortals who've never played the game of baseball at the highest level, Tony.
It's not. I don't think it has anything to do with baseball.
I do. Because the baseball players are patient. They understand. Like for us, we have no control over anything, and so we feel like our control is over that game that day. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. Yeah.
I'm going to try to get you to the fan side one of these days, and it probably will never happen. He also said something there that I found interesting. I've never heard it before. Losing properly. You have to lose properly.
Well, what do you think he meant by that?
Well, he explained it. It was don't blow the bullpen arms. Don't mess yourself up for the next couple days. I never thought about it like that.
I mean, it literally is the same thing we've all been talking about. We just didn't say the words losing properly. Like we've had many discussions on this show about, well, why didn't such and such pitch in the game? Well, how come they didn't just bring such and such in right then? I'm just saying they ended up with the bases loaded later on in the game. Why didn't they? Well, because you got to lose properly in those cases. You can't burn everybody or burn your best guys or even burn maybe two of the three guys because at some point you're gonna need those guys the next couple of days.
You are. Craig Stammen was also asked, this is the one I was looking forward to. What goes into making your lineups?
We want to put our players in the best position to succeed. And so if we've got certain players that have a good matchup against a certain pitcher, whether that's past performance or we feel like their swing profile matches up with, say they're a low ball hitter against a low ball pitcher, those types of things like that. And, we're just, trying to find an advantage any way we can. And I think the one thing that we just don't want to do is get pigeonholed into a certain lineup that has to be out every day. And if we don't have that lineup, the players feel uncomfortable or feel like we're panicking if we change it. So I think just being able to cover and move and just, do different things and be, a team that can adjust really well. And I think that starts with the lineup and being able to adjust the lineup and not be something that's set all the time. And, like I said yesterday too, it may get to a point where, man, this is our lineup. This is when we score runs. Doesn't matter who's pitching. This is how we do it. It may get to that point, and then, we'll make that decision and do it.
So I just wanted to put this out there because I don't know if y'all listen to that the same way I listen to it, but the lineup might be changing. It might be changing some ever so, small. I mean, maybe the top stays the same. Maybe it doesn't. But, you had basically 2 years of the lineup being the same for the most part. And everybody was complaining about it. I recall the 2 years before that, I believe it was Bo Mel, that lineup was changing quite often. And everybody complained about that one too. So, I just point out, everybody prepare yourself. The lineup may move around a little bit.
One thing us fans are really good at is forgetting everything we've complained about in the past and just complain about what's happening in the present, Tony.
That is a very, very good observation.
All right, last one from Craig Stammen on with Ben and Woods this morning. It was, how did he unwind? I've always wondered this. How do managers unwind after a game?
You know what? I'll admit this. I left pretty early. My son had a Little League game over in Coronado. It was one of the only games I'm going to be able to go and watch. And so not too long after the game, I was going for a doubleheader. So my son Chase was playing and had a great game. And our hitting coach, Steven Souza, his son Micah is on the same team. So those two were playing together for the first time, and we were able to sneak off, after opening day and get to see almost the whole game. We missed maybe the first half of the first inning. And then after that, we both got to see our sons pitch, play the infield, hit a few times. So it was I went from manager of the Padres to dad really fast, which was a good breather and a good break.
I love that.
That's a job well done there, sir.
Can you imagine managing the kids team and then Craig Stammen and Steven Souza are sitting there in the stands? That's got to be nerve-wracking. You got an actual manager and major league hitting coach sitting right there. How old is his son? I don't know. I'm assuming.
I'm not sure.
Assuming
I want to say they're younger than my youngest son, so maybe 8, 9.
Okay. You heard Woods in the room clapping because that's a good dad move. That is a really good dad move.
Who doesn't like watching their kids compete? Oh, I know I do. So
I mean,
I
I
get
think
it.
a lot of people do.
yeah, I think
I don't like watching my kids compete. So
Yeah.
it's mainly because I don't have any kids.
I'll leave that alone there, buddy.
All right, that was with Craig Stanley with Bennett Woods. The NCAA tournament happened last night, Tony. The Sweet 16. We had Iowa beat Nebraska, so Iowa's moving on. Purdue beating Texas. Purdue's moving on. Illinois over Houston, and then Arizona beat Arkansas. Did you catch any of these games? I feel like these kind of got lost.
I caught all those games. The Purdue Texas game was great. Great tip in there at the end. The other two were kind of bust. I mean, Arizona boat raced their opponent, the Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And then who was the other one that got beat up pretty? Oh, Houston got beat up pretty bad too. So
Yeah.
No, I those games weren't as good. What was the other? Was there another one?
Yeah, it was Iowa over Nebraska.
That was a good one too. The Iowa pulled away in the end of that one. So I actually had all four of those games up on the little thing,
Wow.
the multiverse thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's kind of it's not that awesome. I gotta admit.
Really?
I don't because the games are smaller. Like you don't get four full screens of it. It's just like you gotta really stand right up on the TV to or at least I do now. I don't know if my eyes are bad, but
so it's like watching Netflix baseball and trying to read who's pitching.
Okay, see, I disagree with the idea. Maybe they could have made the last names a little bit bigger, but it didn't seem like it was that bad to me.
I was like, who's that pitching? I think it's a Cy Young up there. I'm not sure.
I think people just like to complain. I really do.
I'm a complainer, as you know.
I know you are complaining. You complain about everything.
I definitely complain. People were very upset with the pomp and circumstance of the Netflix broadcast. And by the way, I read today from Mike Florio that a lot of the ads that were played during the Netflix broadcast were make goods from the NFL season that they didn't actually air. So they probably didn't make much money off of ad revenue for that one game because they had to air all those make goods.
Well, I'll say this: for as weird as it was to see people dancing on cars or whatever,
taxis and trolleys,
I'm okay with it for a one-time event. It was a Netflix event. I don't think if Netflix has another regular season game that they would have the trolley in the car.
No, I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was game one. It was their first time doing a baseball game. They probably wanted to. It almost seemed like that wasn't for baseball fans specifically. It was for people who tuned in for the event of that particular game.
Yeah, totally. I can't believe my friend, and I've known this guy for a long time. He was like, it was so cool seeing those. I'm like, really? If you were sitting where I was sitting during that whole thing, you would be crushing it.
Is your friend an avid baseball watcher?
Yeah, they love baseball.
Oh, okay.
They love baseball. But they're like, it was just so nice to see this, and they're finally stepping up their game and the performance before the game. I'm like, what are you talking about right now? Like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard out of your mouth, sir.
See, it just wasn't for you.
It wasn't. I got to say that I'm old, Tony. And the reason I know I'm old, because I'm 40 now, I woke up this morning and my foot is in so much pain. What's going on your face? You're giving me this face
I just saw a crazy video. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh. That must have been a crazy video.
It was.
Okay.
I don't want to see it again.
Anyway, I walked over 4 miles yesterday and I wore, this is how I know I'm old. I can't wear the wrong shoes anymore, Tony, when I'm walking around downtown. I wore Vans yesterday, and my left foot hurts so bad today that I'm walking with a limp, and that makes me feel old. That makes me feel really old. Like, all I did was walk yesterday.
Yeah, I can't explain the walking. Although, that you just can't step funny now. Like, I'll get up in the middle of the night. Sometimes, go downstairs. I don't turn the lights on, and it used to be I could feel my way down.
Yeah,
I know, but the last step on our staircase is wood, so it's like carpet. You get to the bottom and it's wood, and so in the dark, you can when your eye, when you get up, you've been sleeping, your eyes haven't fully adjusted yet.
Totally.
One day I was coming down the stairs, it was like I don't know why I didn't turn the light on, but I didn't, and I like landed wrong, thinking I was done with the last step, and I had one more, and I was hurting for a nice little while, and that was like during the off season. So yeah, I know what you're saying, man. Like we can't. There was a time where I would just rolled off of that, been good. I probably would have like almost fell and then like pretend to do a layup or something. You know what I'm saying? But,
yes, I do.
but now it's like, oh man. Then you're like checking, like, am I like really hurt, or is it just like a fleeting moment right here?
I have no idea, but right now it does hurt. Ugh.
Right? Yeah. No, it's definitely it's a shame, man. I wish it didn't work like this.
The other day I was walking my dogs and I stepped into like a little rut that was made by rain, and my back like wrenched up, and it really, really hurt. So I'm old. Kirk Kenny just texted me and said, "Talk to me when you're 60." Kirk, I hope you wore the right shoes yesterday.
Guess what?
What?
We got news on Trinidad Chambliss here from Ole Miss. Remember, the NCAA appealed to the Supreme Court on his behalf, and they have been denied. So he will play football again at Ole Miss in 2026.
Wow.
Let's get the break.
I mean, he's
Ramon Laureano.
He's going after EA now. He's like, I was on the cover.
Ramon Laureano to join us, I think. I'm trying to see if he's still down in the field. No, I think he might be coming up our way. We'll see. More Gwynn and Chris.
I actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system, and
what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
You would
be better. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
This guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
How did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged. And so I got called into the boss's office like 3 days later.
What did that come? I'm sorry, I gotta ask, but no, we're supposed to be doing this preview. What did that conversation? How did it go?
Well,
like, why were you looking up Paris Hilton? Is that who it was?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my goodness.
I can neither confirm. That's really funny, Chris, that you just yelled out that name out of all names. No. But I walked in, I got called into the office, and I sat down, and all my boss, I loved her. She was great. Her name was Sharon. Amazing boss. She just slid the piece of paper in front of me.
You knew.
Said, "Did you visit this account?" And I looked. Yeah. She was like, "We're gonna have to write you up for this, and if you do it again, we're gonna have to fire you." And I said, "I'll never do it again." And I got out of there as soon as possible. I took everything, but it was not good. Not good.
Just curiosity, huh? He's like, I wonder how much they have in their account.
Yeah. I mean, before I got caught, I did look up athletes. And,
oh my God! I'm so glad you're sitting in this seat now.
Yes, I'm so happy you're not doing any job that can be dangerous to people's futures.
This was in the first year that I was there. I learned my lesson thoroughly.
Chris, as I said, as soon as they walked in, they was like,
"Yeah,
that's our guy right there.
That's our window.
We're gonna take him down."
Yep.
Just lucky I didn't get caught for like. I can't even say. I'll tell you guys off break whose account I saw and how much money they had sitting in their checking account.
And this was how long ago, too, by the way?
2009, 10. Way before I became a good person.
Didn't Bank America end up getting in trouble? Or was that it was one of those banks got in trouble?
All of them get in trouble for selling information. But
I heard folks like you.
I wasn't selling any information. I was just wanting to see what was going on.
Curious.
I didn't check their account activity, which I could have. Been like, oh, they bought this here. I'm going to go up there. You know, I'm not that creepy.
Well, that's stock.
Oh, yeah, you're not that bad.
I'm not that creepy.
This is amazing, by the way. We're supposed to be doing.
How are we supposed to do baseball picks under these circumstances?
We can't anymore. I think we gotta push it. You guys never did it? Well, I mean,
no, Scrape. We didn't
really. Okay. Like you work at a bank, you're looking at people's account information.
That's
unbelievable.
It only happened for a little bit, and then I got
only for a little bit.
I can't stop laughing at this because it is quite hilarious. Scrape.
But you were saying that I may have gotten robbed or whatever. I actually did get robbed when I worked in San Francisco, and they're called quick change artists.
How long did you work in the banking industry?
8 years. I was a teller supervisor when I finished. I was also the merchant teller, which took in around $150,000 in cash a day. Guess what? Always balanced at the end of the day.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a guy who walked in. He had about $5,000 in hundreds, and he handed it to me. He said, "Can I get 50s for these?" And I said, it's pretty annoying that he wants
$5,000 in hundreds.
In hundreds, and he wanted $5,000 in 50s. He just wanted 50s instead of hundreds. So I had to go get it from the vault. I come back. I'm starting to count it out, and then he's like starting to ask me questions as I'm counting it out.
He's trying to
and then
what did I tell you, Chris? This is what I'm talking about.
That window right there.
Hey, this guy was so good that no one saw it coming. But so when I started getting mad at him because I counted out the 50s, he goes, "What are you doing? I asked for 20s." And I'm like, "What? You did not ask for 20s. You asked for 50s, bro." Yeah. I had to go to the vault to get those 50s. And as I was getting all mad and talking to my boss, he took the cash off the counter and put it into this folder that he had on the thing that
the original 5,000 in hundreds.
Yeah, well, he kept going like that, and then I was so mad, I just grabbed it and I threw it in my drawer. And then he was like, "You know what? I'm out of here." And he walked out. And then at the end of the day, $3,000.
He got an extra 3 on you.
$3,000. Yeah, he got $3,000.
The thing about criminals like that, they can sniff out a mark really.
I'm not a mark.
You are 1,000%.
I was actually the bank's
dog. They got you for 3 extra.
And that's the only time in my 8 years that I ever had anything happen like that.
I'm sure there are people who've been there 8 years that never had 0 taken.
Scrape, I got a 20 here. Can I get 5 5s, please?
I hate you guys.
Let's get to
that was one of the worst moments of my life, but you know what? It taught me a lot. Never trust anyone ever again.
You know what? You definitely have learned because you don't trust very many people.
I don't trust anyone anymore.
I
actually got in trouble once when I worked at the bank for looking up a celebrity, and it was totally wrong on my part. Totally wrong.
Looking up their account number?
Just I searched their name in the account system. And
Scrapey, what is wrong with you?
I was like 19.
You'd be better off.
You would
be better. You'd be better off admitting that you wore your underwear inside out. Frankly,
this guy is just searching up people's accounts.
It only happened that one time because I got caught.
Oh, how did you get caught?
The account was flagged, and anybody taking a look at it gets logged, and so I got.
We are ready to go. Tony Gwynn Jr., Matt Scraby, Chris Ello, idle for now. He'll join us in the 4 o'clock hour. But are we ready to go right now, Scrape?
We sure are.
All right, well, let's bring it in. Friar Friday, first one of the year. Our first guest of the year, none other than Ramon Laureano. Ramon, thank you for coming on. How are you, my friend?
Oh, no, thanks for having me. Doing really good. What about yourself?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You guys looking to bounce back after yesterday's win. What was it like just to get into a big league stadium again? You guys have been 6 weeks down in Arizona where triple-digit weather. What was it like to get back in Petco Park and get on that big league field again?
Oh, it was awesome, especially, with all the fans here and the weather is compared to Arizona right now. It was really good. Very happy.
Ramon, last year, the Padres and yourself, you guys got to the playoffs. You unfortunately had to miss it. You ended up breaking your hand or your finger right before postseason start. And when we look back on that series, man, your presence was missed. How difficult was that for you to have to sit and kind of watch this ball club be like right there on the cusp, but also know that you could have made an impact in some way?
Yeah, it was sad as soon as I got hit. I was thinking of all of that on a flash. But accept and support my teammates in any way that I can. That's where my mind was.
Yesterday, you provided some positivity for the Padres. You go deep there a little bit late in the ball game. As I watched that at bat, I mean, he threw you 3 changeups in a row, and none of them in which looked like you were all that fooled by. When it came out of his hand the third time, did you recognize it immediately?
I think it just felt really good mechanically, so I was pretty confident with whatever he threw. So not really thinking too much of what he might do. It was just sort of like let's get a, stay disciplined and just go for it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You guys had a tough task in Tariq Skubal last night. Today it doesn't get a whole lot easier. Framber Valdez on the mound who gets a ton of ground balls. When you face a guy like Framber versus facing a guy like Skubal, how different is your approach facing those two guys?
Stay on top and kind of this one is just keep see the ball up. So
yeah.
I guess that's the mentality, the approach today, and hopefully we can execute.
Talking to Ramon Laureano here on the SCCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it's better. You've been in a couple different spots in your career, and you really seem to have turned it on when you came to the Padres. Obviously, with the Orioles, you had a great start to your year. But what was the difference between last year and other years of your career?
I think in 24, I just narrow my stance and just continue to do the same. And I think I just did that, and I was able to have more rhythm, being more loose with my body, and it's been tremendous.
Ramon, as you enter this point of your career, like you said, you kind of hit a spot in your career where you feel pretty comfortable with what you're doing and having some success. When you first came over, and went to high school here in the States from DR. I mean, just talk a little bit about that part of your journey. It seems like you kind of knew what you wanted to do at a very early age and pursued that in the best way possible. Take us a little bit through that part of your journey.
Yeah, I couldn't sign there because I wasn't that good, but because you got to sign very early. So then, a scholarship came, and we, as a family, we took it. And as a family, we took it. We made a decision, and then, after that, it's been high school for 2.5 years in Long Island, and then 2 years in college. So it was like meant to be.
Talking to Ramon Laureano here on the SDCCU fan hotline for Friar Friday. And you play left field at Petco Park. A lot of guys say that's a very difficult place to play. Left field, Gavin Sheets ran into the wall, so you have not done that yet. But what's it been like for you to adjust to Petco Park's left field?
Just the ball dies right behind third base. So it will be very in for me, but it dies the ball there. But if it's a lefty hitting and he hits a foul ball, let's say 8 rows, 10 rows deep, it will come back.
Yeah.
So same thing in the Philly. I remember Philadelphia Stadium, Citizen Bank Park. But yeah, usually Yankee Stadium. Now that I think about it, but yeah, they just come back, and that's kind of like adjustment. But it's all about, I always say, it's all about conviction. So you're just anticipating every ball that you're going to catch it. And it's more of a mental shift than anything else.
Ramon, we appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us, brother. Good luck today. And good luck for get a victory for us today.
No, will do. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, Ramon, take care. Ramon Laureano there, Padres left fielder, joining us for a little bit. It's funny, he mentioned, I've said that on many occasions, like the ball down that left field line starts to come back towards the field of play. And so as it's funny that he mentioned not only here, but Philadelphia is another place that does it. He said the New York. Those are kind of like some of the small details that, unless you kind of been down there and had enough of those, like it only takes you almost overrunning a ball going to that line one time before you're like, okay, I don't want, and then hopefully in that particular case, you are able to catch it because, it's the worst. You run out of the way and all of a sudden the ball comes back and it's a fair ball. It's like a terrible, terrible feeling.
Oh, that is a terrible feeling. Tony, I played fast pitch baseball like 10 years ago, and I set up underneath a fly ball and it landed like 3 feet behind me. And it It was so embarrassing. Even just playing in front of no one, it was so embarrassing.
The visual of you setting up like, oh yeah, this is right coming to me,
like
right?
licking my lips, like here we go, and then it like literally, and then I look at the pitcher, and the pitcher just like lifts up his arms, like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Probably looked like he probably had whatever Paul Skeens had in his head with O'Neal last night.
Paul Skeens handled it much better than the pitcher that I played for did.
He was a pro on that.
He was totally a pro. O'Neal Cruz, he is getting endless heat right now from Pirates fans.
Joel Embiid's trolling tweet was just gold.
What did he said?
He said what did he say? O'Neal, what did he say?
Better learn how to play DH or something?
Better get ready to learn how to play. Learn DH is what he said. Learn DH.
Learn DH. That is a basketball player talking about baseball.
That was the best part.
That is a basketball.
Learn DH.
You want to hear something embarrassing about what just happened with Ramon Laureano? So usually the Padres PR will call and they'll be like, hey, it's whoever, and we got him for you. Just wait a second. And I didn't recognize his voice, and so he goes, "I'm here for the call," and I was like thinking, "Is this Ramon Laureano?" I'm like, I don't know if we got wires crossed or something like that. So I'm like, I don't see your name on our screen, or what's your name?
Oh my God!
He goes, "This is Ramon Laureano," and I could have died right there. It's not that big of a deal, but I go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We're so excited to have you on the show. I apologize for not knowing.
Like, we've never done Friar Friday before. It's like,
that
I don't
is
recognize
true.
your voice. What's your name again,
sir? What is your name? Okay, you're Ramon Laureano. All right, let me get you on hold. But hey, I'll say this about Ramon Laureano: 2 minutes early on his phone call. 2 minutes early. That's great.
Yeah.
They have a hitters meeting at 3:20. He was like, you know what? I need to give these guys a call a little bit early. Anyway, that was Ramon Laureano on for our first Friar Friday. Tony's going to be taking off after this segment, and then he'll be back for the countdown, which is our top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
I can't believe we hadn't done Arnold before. That's a good one.
I look through our sheets. Every time we do a topic, I search the Google Docs, and I didn't see any of those. And so we're going to do that. Also, we have the Big 5 at 4:40, and then we'll get you set for Michael King versus Framber Valdez here at 6:40 tonight. I believe I'm going to check in with Sam Levitt at 5 p.m. as well. What are you going to do with your Sunday, Tony? Now that you have it right in front of you, you have that full day off, and do you have any plans, or are you just going to sit around and do nothing?
No, I'm pretty sure there's something I'm supposed
There's
to
a honeydew. There's a honeydew
I don't know
somewhere.
if it's a honeydew. Somebody's got something. I know that. I just can't figure it out in my head.
There's
right
a kid
now.
with a game or
Something. Yes. Some training, some game, something.
I talked to Chris last night after we texted, and unfortunately the Aztecs women's lost their game in Kansas.
It was a good game.
Yeah,
it was wild too.
Yeah.
The girls were down like 6, and they got a bucket, and then they got a flagrant foul. The girl from Kansas went to the basket, and her arm flew up and caught what's
Bailey?
Nope.
Nat?
It caught Nat in the face.
Oh.
So they gave it a flagrant. They got 2 shots. They got the ball. I think they made 2 to get it within 2, but then they missed on the next possession, and it kind of got away from them.
Oh, yeah. Well, Chris, this is the one thing Chris told us last night that I had no idea. That gym has no air conditioning. Zero air conditioning.
He was in there burning up, huh?
He said he was sweating profusely while he was doing the game, but
That's
zero air conditioning. I don't understand how. And apparently, it's 90 degrees out there in Kansas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty hot out there. But he did have a really good time going to the what is it called, the Allen Field House or something like that.
Oh yeah, I bet. No, it's what's the acronym for Kansas? The building. What's the acronym for Kansas?
He's asking Dave Marcus.
What's the name of the stadium? Fog Allen Field House.
Oh.
I guess it's not an acronym, right? I didn't think it was actually called fog.
That is a weird name for it. I mean, all I think of is a bunch of low clouds when I think of that gym now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony. We'll have you back in a little bit, but you're going to go down and get ready for the game. So go do that.
Word up.
Have fun.
Peace.
With that, we go to traffic.
From the 855, get Ross.
All right.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose. I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over here. So.
What are you thinking to see it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm going to go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight and back left.
Straight back left.
Straight on that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good. Wow.
Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfuss and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that great. That one's good. Really good.
I missed a year. 300. Must have been bad. Huh? I used to be. Not anymore, though.
Oh, it's so cool. What team did you play on?
I can give you a long list of them. Brewers, Padres, Dodgers, Phillies, Nationals.
What position did you play?
I played outfield. This was my dad. Oh, there's Dick Williams, Goose.
And what, on TV?
I think he'd be pretty happy with his company over there. So
What are you thinking of seeing it for the first time?
I'm thinking
I'm
that
hot. I'm quite warm right now, but it's cool. I mean, it's what I thought it was going to be. I mean, who not too many people can say they have a dad that's enshrined in this place. So I think this is awesome.
What are we doing, guys?
I'm going to see the museum for the first time ever. It's going to be sweet. See my dad's plaque. See where Trevor's plaque is going to be. It's going to be pretty dope.
Chris,
I'm
where
going
are
to
you
go to the Hall of Fame for the second time because I went earlier today, but I'm going in to see Tony go into the Hall of Fame. So all the way straight at the back left.
Straight back left.
Straight around that back wall.
This one?
Yeah.
How you feeling, Tony?
I don't know how I'm feeling right now, honestly.
Excited?
I'm definitely excited. Hello, Eric. How you doing? Pretty good.
Wow. Just like I told you, next to the famous Barney Dreyfus and Leslie Wilkinson, whoever they are.
That does look like them.
I know. It's a good shot. They don't do them all that.
Matt Scraby here with you in the Bill House Studios, where we know how, on 97.3 The Fan. Thank you to Ramon Laureano for being our first Friar Friday guest of the year, and I'm sorry I did not know who you were at the time. Of course I know who Ramon Laureano is, but man, that was embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Tony is going to be back for the countdown shortly. Chris is trying to join us by the end of the show, but he will be back on the show for the foreseeable future starting next week because Aztecs women's basketball is done. We also are going to be broadcasting at Far Corner tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. Now, everybody on the station is going to be broadcasting in their 2-hour blocks. So you got Ben and Woods from 10 to noon. You have Braden and Frank from 12 to 2. And then you have Chris and I from 2 to 4. So come down to Far Corner. We actually did... Last year, Chris and I did a broadcast from Far Corner that was, it was before a Dodgers game. I can't remember which Dodgers game it was, but I know it was an important Dodgers game. And there were a ton of people downtown, and Far Corner is close to the stadium. Like you walk outside of Far Corner, you can see those back gates near the outfield and near Gallagher Square. So come on down, get some food, get some drinks, hang out with us. We're all going to be doing shows, and you kind of get to see what we do on a daily basis, but you get to see it at Far Corner. So do that. We also saw, this is where we saw that the guy who dressed up like a statue, and then he came and stood in front of us while we were doing the show as a statue for quite some time. He had like all the face paint on him. All of his clothes were looking like they were bronzed and kind of rusted a little bit. But that's the place where we went. And that place was awesome. They have great food. They had a pizza that Chris and I ate. It was delicious. They had a couple other, they had like truffle fries, which were also delicious. So come on down, Far Corner, tomorrow, 10 a.m., Ben and Woods, noon, Braden Soprenet, 2 o'clock, Chris and I. I'm waiting for this Tiger Woods story to get a little bit more traction, but the police officer has talked about this, and I'm going to play that a little bit later in the show because I need to go through it. But what he said about Tiger Woods, if you're not familiar with what happened earlier today around like 2 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, Tiger Woods, his car crashed and it went over on its side on its driver's side. People said that they saw Tiger Woods climbing out of the car, which, can you imagine that scene right there? That would be insane. Just like walking down the street or something, walking your dog, and you see Tiger Woods climbing out of his Land Rover. But they did say, and I said this earlier, and I'm not saying it to like say, oh, look, I was right, because I don't want to be right. But they did say he blew triple zeros on the alcohol monitor. So when they asked for a urine test, he declined. And so they go from there. But it's not a good situation. And Tiger Woods he's hurting his legacy. He's hurting it. I think that when you keep getting in trouble, you take away what you've done in your early life. And Tiger Woods has done a lot of good, foundations, donating money, but he's also had some pretty crazy bad things happen. And it all goes back to that fateful night when he crashed his car and his wife hit him with a golf club. And ever since then, it's been kind of a rough go for Tiger. And ever since then, Tiger Woods is no longer that. I mean, he hasn't been this way for a long time, but since that moment with his ex-wife, like, Tiger Woods has not been the squeaky clean, great guy kind of Tiger that we used to know. When I was growing up, I'll save that thought for a second, but when I was growing up, Tiger Woods was like my golf hero. And I know a lot of people that were the same way, obviously, because Tiger Woods was awesome. But when Tiger Woods started coming up, and I was about 12, 13 years old, so I got to see, I lived pretty much through his prime. And to see what he was doing on a daily or on a weekly basis was amazing. And it fueled me to keep playing golf, because I really believed I was going to be a pro golfer one day. I really believe I was, but I obviously did not. But it's hard for me to think about it right now and not think, man, this is a fall from grace. You can't be driving under the influence. It's just not an option. And I know there are people saying out there, well, he should have a driver. I'm not denying that. He should have a driver. But at the same time, a lot of these people drive themselves. But now, should he be driving under the influence? Absolutely not. Like, that's the problem here. And in the short little clip that I saw of the police officer explaining everything, it does seem like he was driving aggressively, and it does seem like he did hit another car, or he hit a trailer of a truck, and that's when he went over. So, situation's not good for Tiger Woods, and the situation will probably get worse for Tiger Woods as we go along. Here's a little note about Ramon Laureano that I found this morning. Actually, I believe this was in the Kevin Acee newsletter. So I didn't find it. Kevin Acee did. But this little note, and by the way, if you're not subscribing to the Kevin Acee newsletter, you need to. Just go to San Diego Union Tribune. He has a lot of different stats and nuggets there that I think a lot of people will find interesting. But Ramon Laureano hit his 10th home run with the Padres yesterday. Just 13 players, including Fernando Tatis Jr. and Gavin Sheets, have hit more in their first 51 games with the franchise. So the questions on Ramon Laureano, at least for yesterday, are answered, that he looks to be the same guy as last year. Because I know we talked in the offseason, we were a little bit worried about Ramon Laureano recreating a career year. And again, one game. It's hard to talk about this stuff without remembering that it's only one game. But Ramon Laureano seems to be swinging the bat like he did last year. And we did talk about this multiple times. And the reason is I'm always a little cautious of an older player or a vet who is coming off of a career year, because I don't know, most of the time it doesn't seem like a player can continue on that trajectory And maybe Ramon Laureano won't be like last year, where if that was his 10th home run with the Padres and he hit 9 with the Padres last year in a very short amount of time after the trade deadline. So if he's able to continue to hit home runs like that, he's extremely valuable. I think we saw it not just yesterday, but we knew that if Ramon Laureano was a part of that lineup in the playoffs against the Cubs, I'm not sure if the Padres move on from the wild card, but I am thinking that it would make it much tougher on the Cubs. There were just so many lefties in the lineup for the Padres in the wild card, and that was because of necessity, because Ramon Laureano did get hurt, and he was one of their best hitters at the time. So it's nice to see that he can come back from this injury, and he could start off opening day with a home run. And I'm thinking this is the same guy from last year. Again, one game, but that was a good home run yesterday. And they needed it because they needed to get on the board. You can't watch the Giants get blanked and then not score yourself. So they did. They got on the board. They scored 2 runs, and they can look towards today. And as you know, every baseball player ever is like, today is today. Yesterday was yesterday. And it's very annoying to me. All right. Tony's going to join me. We're going to do the countdown of top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies when we get back here at 97.3 The Fan.
From the first pitch.
Back here in the Bill House Studios, where we know how, on 97.3 The Fan. This is Gwynn and Chris. I am neither of those guys. Tony will be joining me in 5 minutes for the countdown, or maybe just a little bit more than 5 minutes for the countdown. But we are going to count down the top 5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, and I'm seeing some good ones on the list already on the chat. Let's see. Eric says Terminator, True Lies is number 1. Kindergarten Cop, Twins, Predator. I will say Twins is not mentioned on my list. Twins is not mentioned. I don't think I've seen the movie, but I don't really remember it. Same with Junior. That seemed like a weird movie to me. Predator from Eric as well. It's been a while since I've seen that, but it is definitely a good movie. Dominic says his 5 from 1 to 5. Terminator franchise, Predator, Total Recall, True Lies, Last Action Hero. He said it was panned, but I think it's underrated. Last Action Hero, I considered for my list. I definitely considered. A lot of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies are from when I was a kid. And so I have a couple on there that maybe, not. It may be made for kids. And that's what I was when I watched these movies. I went through his whole list, and there are a ton of movies that he's been in that I have not seen. Like there's also the movie Eraser. I remember liking it, but I couldn't put it on my list because I can't actually remember what happened in the movie. There's movies like The Expendables, I think it's called. He's done some pretty crazy, weird movies. But anyway, Conan the Barbarian is not on mine either. But we're going to get in there in a little bit. Unsaturated says, do it now. Get in the chopper. Get in the chopper quickly. All right, that may have been a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, but I went for it. All right. As we're waiting until we go to traffic, Jackson Merrill caught up with the media in the clubhouse, and here is what he had to say.
One tough lefty yesterday, another tough lefty today. They similarities at all you can maybe key on to get a look at what Valdez might throw at you after seeing Scuba?
No, different guy, different at bat, different day too. So, reset coming in today and hopefully win a ball game.
All the pageantry, opening day is a big day. It's a long day. It's a grind. It's kind of the first day that is the baseball season. Do you look forward to this one maybe as much as the first one?
Yeah, I look forward to every day the same as the first one. It's every day is a baseball game. Every day is a different game. So it's another chance to come and have fun, compete with my brothers. So, yeah.
Now that you're a veteran in this league a little bit more, how do you kind of grow into knowing that it is going to be a grind? It is going to be 162.
Yeah, I came in rookie year knowing it was going to be a lot of games, a lot more than I played before. Just got to be mentally prepared for it. Your body's going to hurt sometimes. And obviously last year it got to me a little bit, but I'm looking to stay strong this year and just be myself all year.
You guys got the 35 patch on your jerseys here. Did you get to know Randy Jones at all?
Yeah, Randy was a really good dude. Always came in here, sat next to me, talked to me for a little bit as much as he could. Super funny, full of love for baseball. I couldn't appreciate him more. It's tragic what happened to him, and just appreciate him all day, every day.
What did he teach you about the game?
Just be myself every day and come to the field with the same attitude. He always wanted me to come to the field with a smile. He brought a lot of military family kids to the field. He wanted me to say hi all the time, and I appreciate every time he asked me to do it. He wanted me to be a part of it, and I wish he was still here. I wish he was still a part of us. He still is a part of us in every way.
Typically.
That was really nice. I didn't hear that because it just was posted just a little bit ago, but that was really nice to hear about Randy Jones. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Yesterday when they honored him on the big screen and they did a moment of silence, there was a little bit of welling of tears in my eyes because, as we talked about on the show when Randy passed, Randy was a big part of all of our lives here at the station, and it's very weird. Death is just weird in general, but it's just very weird not to have Randy Jones there. Randy Jones was always there. You could always hear his laugh. You could always hear him talking to someone. But I'm also figuring out how to interview Jackson Merrill, and that would be to ask him about things that are important. Ask him about things like Randy Jones, because Jackson Merrill, he's going to give you the answer of it's another day, another pitcher. We're ready to go. He's always going to give that answer. So I got to come up with ways where I can get more out of him, like those Randy Jones questions that he got there. So that was really nice to hear. I'm glad that everybody was able to remember Randy Jones are going to be wearing that patch all season long on their shoulder. All right, we are going to get to the countdown in just a second. But if you didn't hear some of the news around today, Miles Byrd is going to get his bachelor's degree from San Diego State in business administration. And then after that, he is going to enter the transfer portal. He has announced that he is going to be entering the transfer portal. Today he wrote, quote, "Wasn't an easy decision, but I'm excited for what's ahead and the opportunity to keep chasing my goals." Brian Dutcher said recently, not after the decision, but recently, he said, quote, "I think Miles will have an interesting decision to make. It's no different than Lamont or Keshad. He's going to graduate from San Diego State. He'll have an interesting decision financially, whether it's at another college or whether he thinks he has a chance to get into the NBA this year." Now, I remember we talked to Mark Ziegler about this, but I remember them saying that Miles Byrd went to talk to some NBA scouts and talk to some NBA people and kind of get a little bit of a draft stock and whether or not he would be drafted. And so he got the news from the scouts and everyone that he likely wasn't going to be drafted. So then he ended up coming back to college, and he won Defensive Player of the Year in the Mountain West, but I can't say he had a fantastic year all the way around. Now, winning the Defensive Player of the Year for the Mountain West is no laughing matter. It's no joke, but I feel like there was a little bit of pressure he put on himself all year. And this is me just speculating, but I feel like there was a pressure on him to go out there and play extremely well so that he can get into the NBA draft and can be drafted in the first 2 rounds. I don't know that is for sure what happened, but it just seemed like he was always playing with a little bit of pressure on his back. And so he's going to go off. He's going to play for another school or go to the NBA, but we'll keep an eye on that here. He did a pretty good job over his career with the Aztecs, and he's the final remaining player from the 2023 Final Four team. So once he's out, they will have no more players on that roster, which isn't all that surprising because everybody moves around so much anyway these days. All right. Tony just texted me. Oh, okay. Never mind. He was texting me about Tiger Woods, which we just texted back and forth about. Sorry about that, everyone. Here we go. We're going to go to traffic and then our countdown.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Got a few problems out here, guys. One is this crash, the clearing stage on northbound 5 right before Palomar Street. Also, an accident has cleared out of the 2 left lanes on West 52 before Fanita. So speeds are improving on your way out of Santee. Westbound 8, right around West Main Street. Collision over the right shoulder. Accident has cleared on eastbound 8 right before Mission Gorge Road. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car, no appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's now time for Gwynn and Chris to rank their top 5 of the day.
Gonna grip and rip as usual.
But this isn't just a regular top 5 list.
I love it. It sounds sadistic, but I love it.
This is the countdown. And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. We're back to the Friday countdown. And I think Tony and I got a good subject for you today.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Top
right on as well.
5 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It's my favorite part about his name, Schwarzenegger. He's been in so many movies. That was a good one, actually. I was practicing on the way down. let's just get right into it. I don't know what I'm waiting for.
Number 5.
Tony, you start.
Wow. Where do I start? I guess number 5 on my list of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies.
Thank you.
Was Kindergarten Cop. That was a movie my sister and I used to. I'm pretty sure we wore that one out pretty good.
Oh yes, we'll be hearing from that one again.
I only remember like a few parts about it, but I just remember how much I enjoyed Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor. He had the ferret. I mean, we'll talk about this in a second, but that was a fantastic, kind of scary though, because the dad was trying to kidnap the kid the entire time. While Arnold's trying to get in with the kid's mom. Like, it's a very, very action-packed movie right there. And then the kid,
for sure.
Anyway, again, we'll get back to that. My number 5 is a movie called End of Days. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Tony, but it's Arnold is like basically in charge of making sure the Antichrist doesn't have a baby. And so he's like trying to protect people. It's right around the year 2000. So they're playing off of that, but he has to like protect the world from the Antichrist impregnating someone. So that's it's just much more serious than I'm saying, but
clearly
it
sounds like it.
One of my,
that was 19. What was it called again?
End of Days. I think it was like 99.
1999. Yeah. I don't remember that.
Number 4.
Those are the movies I was watching at the age of 13.
Number 4 on my list. You can't have an Arnold Schwarzenegger without Terminator 2.
Oh.
I mean, pretty much a lot of his things that people repeat came from that movie.
Also, La Vista, baby.
Right. So I just, what I remember about Terminator 2, how futuristic it was at the time.
Oh yeah.
Like my man turning from like metal into like a liquid metal into a person in freaking 1991 was like, it's like, wow, that's crazy.
That's future stuff right there.
That's future stuff right there.
And that guy scared me. I did not like him.
No, he was tough. He was real tough. No, that was number 4 on my list.
All right, number 4 on your list. My number 4 is a Christmas movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Jingle All the Way. He's in it with Sinbad. And,
Oh yeah.
And Phil Hartman's in the movie. He's trying to move in on his wife, and his job basically is to get this one toy called Turbo Man, and so he has to go through all of the city to try to find this. And then Sinbad is also trying to find it. They become like enemies. And then Arnold gets into the parade at the end. It's a great movie, Jingle All the Way.
That's on my honorable mention for sure.
Okay.
Number 3.
Oh man, where do I go from here? True Lies will be number 3 on my list. Man, who was his wife in that movie again?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis was his wife. She had no idea he was a spy.
Yeah.
And eventually, comes to light. She got to hop into action with him and help him out. But I don't know why I enjoyed that movie quite a bit.
You don't know why? It's incredible. That's why.
I mean, I don't know if it holds up today when you watch it.
I think Eliza Dushku is in that. Like, remember her back in the day?
I don't remember everybody who was in. Let me pull it up. I got it right
She
here.
was in Bring It On. She was like the secondary cheerleader. She was in a lot of other stuff too.
Yeah.
But she was the daughter. And then Tom Arnold was in the movie. It was great. My number 3 is also True Lies. I've watched this movie about 75 times. And I think it's so hilarious when the terrorist guy at the end is doing his little speech on camera, but the cameraman sees the battery thing blinking and he's like, oh my God, this guy's going to kill me. he takes the camera down. He's like, I need a new battery. There is a lot of great stuff in that movie. Also, Arnold sitting in the room with Jamie Lee Curtis dancing around. That was very.
You enjoyed that, huh?
That was a good scene for teenager Scraby over here.
Number 2. My dad was a pretty clean cut dude, but one naughty thing he used to do was he used to get movies early through the whole time. My dad was a whiz when it came to like the TV stuff. Like, he had all the electronics, so that same little screen that he had that was a Video 8 player. He figured out how to. He figured out how to hook it up to the TV in the hotel, right? And he paid for the movie, but he'd also record it.
Wow.
On the real thing. So Total Recall was one of the movies that he came home with. I'll never forget, because the video teams were like maybe 6 hours of tape. So he put 2 different movies on it. And this particular one had Total Recall and another 48 hours on it.
That's
and I used to watch this thing, let it run from front to back, like as a kid when he'd be out playing.
Of course.
I was home, pop one of these bad boys in, and Total Recall is one of my favorites. I enjoyed that movie a lot.
Yeah, that's incredible because
A
that would
lot
be
of weird things happening in Total
super
Recall.
weird things. and the remake can't even come close to
doesn't
what.
hold a candle to
Like
it at all.
when you do a remake, at least try to make it similar to the previous movie.
They completely went left on the.
Colin Farrell, I think, is in that movie. Like, what?
Yes.
We went from Arnold Schwarzenegger to Colin Farrell, but what your dad did, that's awesome. Back in the 90s, like to get a movie before it actually came out on video.
Dude, we had. I mean, it was funny. At one point, somebody would like send him like a bunch of tapes that were movies that hadn't necessarily come out yet. Some of them were out, some of them weren't. But when he had that thing going, man, we got the Total Recall, another 48-hour video 8 tape lasted forever.
I remember as a kid, one of our friends had a black box, and I thought that was like the coolest thing in the world.
Wait till you hear my number one.
Okay.
I got a good story behind my number one.
You already went number 2. My number 2 is actually Terminator 2. It was one of the first Arnold Schwarzenegger movies I've ever seen. My parents shouldn't have let me watch this as young as I was because it scared the crap out of me.
And we're both young. I was 9 when Terminator 2 came
I
out,
was 6. So I think I watched it at the age of 8, which was not great.
Our parents lived raw, man. Like we got to watch all these type of movies.
Yeah, and then they had to deal with me walking into their room every 5 minutes, being like, the metal guy is behind my bed.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah. It was bad, but great movie. Great movie. The only sequel I think that's better than the original. There's a few of those. But
yeah.
Terminator 2 sequel is pretty darn good.
Number 1.
All right, my number 1 flick of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I spent a lot of my summers in Long Beach, and one of my friends in Long Beach, dad, worked for the city, and I guess as a part of that, he got like free cable of the pay movies.
Oh yeah.
And so Last Action Hero was like you could watch it like every day, all day, if you wanted to. Last Action Hero was my movie. The fact that, this is for those who hadn't seen it, my man gets a golden ticket. This golden ticket, as it turns out, is like a pass into the movie realm.
Yeah.
And so he goes from watching the movie to being in the movie, and Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movie is like a police officer that has this villain guy that they're going back and forth. And so he becomes a part of the story, and then they both somehow find their way back into the real world, and you could imagine the chaos that ensued thereafter. But Last Action Hero is my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie by far.
It's definitely on my honorable mention. It was really, it was kind of hard to follow for, I don't know, like they were in the movie,
that was the beauty of it. Because, that movie came out and it was on pay channels for a long time. I didn't understand the first time. By the 18th time I saw it rolling at my friend's house, I had figured it all out. Okay, now it all makes sense. Now what's happening?
Was Terminator 2 kid in that movie? I think he may have Edward. I think his name's like Edward Furlong or something.
Is that an older version of him?
I think, I think so.
It was only 2 years later that movie came out.
Last Action Hero. Let me just see who's in this movie.
Nah, that's not him. That dude, the kid, what was his name in Terminator 2?
Edward Furlong? No, he's not in the movie. So I'm wrong.
I knew he
I'm
wasn't
wrong.
in Long.
No, he's not. He's not in the movie. I'm wrong. All right, my number 1. That was a good one, Tony. Kindergarten Cop. It was just an incredible movie. I looked up more lines. Well, who is your daddy and what does he do? There's also a line from a kid I can't really say because it's talking about the female and male body parts.
Yes.
And that kid is hilarious. Also, he says, he always goes, shut up! Shut up! And then the favorite one, it's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
I hope everybody appreciated our Arnold Schwarzenegger countdown. That was a good one. All right. Thank you, Tony. That's it. we'll be moving it. We have the Big Five. Tony will be back for that. But when we get back, we're just going to recap. Chris isn't here, so we do not have Chris versus the fans, but we'll talk about the Padres and what they're facing tonight on 97.3 The Fan.
Padres, Tigers, today.
Swing and a miss! An immaculate inning for Mason Miller.
Pre-game, 5:40. First pitch, 6:40.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education, because I did not know it was
I've
Scoville.
allowed milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I would have
us
said
the
no.
actual rules of this. Like
The rule
wanna
is
see if you can do it, I guess.
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
Fools.
I will take
And
one.
the winner,
spoonful of
Scrady,
this.
has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they
products.
both are winners if they pass
Hold on
this.
one
I
second.
hate to
Winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
This is the one that he has right now.
The 38?
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No, this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
All right, are we doing
All
this?
right, here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
He
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful
He
for those
does.
listening on
This
that.
is
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's a
do
full
this right now.
spoon?
That's a full spoon.
all
For
right.
sure.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He did
turn?
not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Scraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow.
You better go, dude. There goes Scraby. Scraby,
both did it.
did you swwallow that, Scraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
He's
yeah,
all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
two.
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least use a different spoon. No double dipping.
All right.
I didn't know where I don't.
I
Think
always
it
thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right.
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Valenzuela
it.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
now,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
What you waiting on? You let laughing it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Scraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed
All right.
up.
I'll let you
But
boy.
this
I must tell you, Tony,
hold
that
on.
Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
did.
cashed
You said I
his
wouldn't
check.
be able to cash
I
it.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend.
Scraby,
I gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that
the
tie,
tie thing,
was
yeah, because
super weak.
this is less than a 10,
he's
right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little red,
The time
Scraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a
This
little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's
He's
going
going
another
another one.
Yes.
Come on, Adam. Wow,
Delicious.
you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
It's 38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking
Drop.
trash now.
Well, he
I haven't had a sip of milk or bread.
He hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you
are
got to
doing
hold
this
another
to
spoon.
yourself.
No, because I don't want.
You don't want
Adam to-
Adam to say
He,
he
by
has
the way,
sweet sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that like he's dropping it all in there.
Keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Ooh, boy. Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe. Isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam isn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug-
because I'm.
Wow.
Adam Klug is a tough
Maybe
son of
not
a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
Here's want
Frank-
the milk, dude. It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
Attention 97.3 The Fan listeners. If you're drowsy, sluggish, or feeling fatigued, you're about to get your afternoon boost with Tony Gwynn Jr.
It just depends on the hunger, my irritation level. Like, am I having a bad day?
Chris Ello.
We got the general manager over there, and we argued our case, and he didn't compass anything. And my wife was quite upset by that.
And Matt Scraby.
Yeah, they're wild animals. They like they will kill you and not think twice about it.
Don't blame us for any side effects.
You thrilled our fans throughout the postseason with a great performance.
Gwynn and Chris are ready to go.
All right. We are in the second half of the show here in the Bell House Studios, where we know how, on 97.3 The Fan. I am Matt Scraby. Tony will be back for the Big Five around 4:40. Chris Ello is going to be back definitely on Monday. He's going to sneak in here if he can. He's on his way back home from the women's basketball game. So he's not sure when he's going to get here. But season is over, unfortunately, for the women's basketball team. So he will have a lot more time to be with all of us. Now, I want to say real quick, this Tiger Woods story is getting more and more interesting. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but the more pictures I see from this, and the more posts I see about people in the know on this, it just does not seem good for Tiger. So I'm gonna let it develop just a little bit more, and then we will talk about it before the show is out. We also have Ramon Laureano from earlier in the show we're going to share with you, and he was the guy who hit the home run for the Padres yesterday. So why not have Ramon Laureano on the show? Usually at 4 p.m. we do Chris versus the Fans, but obviously Chris is not here. But I still have to tell you, Chris versus the Fans is brought to you by Good Guys 25th McGuire's Del Mar Nationals Car Show. April 10th through the 12th at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Over 2,500 hot rods, muscle cars, lowriders, woodies, and more. Get details at good-guys.com. That's good-guys.com. And Ramon Laureano joined us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. All right. Let's just recap some of the news for today. Obviously, Padres lost yesterday against Tarek Skubal and the Tigers 8-2. I'm seeing a little bit of panic out there. I'm also seeing a little bit of, hey guys, everybody needs to just chill out. It was game one, which is absolutely what I would like to say to all of you. Even though I was a freak out person years and years ago, I cannot do that. The season, the baseball season is far too long to be freaking out after game one. And like I said yesterday, I didn't expect, there's always a chance against an ace like Skubal. I did not expect for them to win that game yesterday. I thought if they won, good stuff. That's a quality win against a quality pitcher. But I did not expect for them to win. Tonight is going to be another test in itself, but kind of a completely different pitcher, because Framber Valdez is more of a ground ball guy. He likes to throw that sinker, and when that sinker is working, it works towards the bottom of the zone, and all they can do is hit the top half of the ball into the ground. And so Framber Valdez isn't afraid of contact. He is more so wanting contact because he thinks you're gonna hit a ground ball to one of his guys in the infield. But it's going to be a completely different test. You heard Jackson Merrill say earlier that new guy. So they gotta throw away what happened yesterday and completely start over today, which is something that Major League Baseball players are very, very good at. Here's a stat that I found, and this is not in the Kevin Acey newsletter, so I did find this stat. But yesterday, according to my calculations, the Padres' overall swing rate was 50%, which was the highest of any team on opening day. And their strategy, we heard Craig Stammen say yesterday, their strategy was to make him pay early. You don't want to get behind in the count against Tarek Skubal because he has many pitches that he can put you away with. and his changeup was nasty yesterday. And if you heard Tony and I talking about last night, Tony was like watching Tarek Skubal pitch, realized in the first inning that when he threw his changeup, he kind of slowed his body down a little bit. And so Tony was like, hey, as a hitter, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some kind of tell as to when he is throwing that changeup. But Tony also said right after the first inning, he started throwing more changeups and his body didn't slow down. So there was no way to tell whether or not he was going to throw you a 98 mile an hour fastball or like an 86 or 87 mile an hour changeup. So yesterday, their strategy was to swing at pitches in or near the zone just so you do not get behind in the count. And they obviously, you can't say they did a great job, but if you're looking at it, the plan that they laid out before the game, they did do. It just did not work because you're facing someone like Skubal. Now, yesterday, Skubal had 74 pitches in his 6 innings, so that's 3.36 pitches per plate appearance, and that was fewer than all but 7 other starting pitchers who have gone at least 6 innings against the Padres since the start of last season. There was no stopping him once he got started, is what I'm trying to say here. And I think that as fans, we just move forward and we move into tonight. Game 2, 6:40 p.m., Sammy Lev, pregame show, 5:40 p.m. here on 97.3 The Fan. Now, we do have the lineup for today, and it's somewhat similar, but it's also not similar in certain ways because Freddie Fermin is not going to be catching. It's going to be Luis Campusano. And as soon as I clicked out of the lineup, as soon as I said I was going to talk about it. Has anyone ever done that? Nick Danucci's in studio with me. Nick, you could just shake your head yes or no, but you ever click out of tabs when you don't want to? Yeah, that happened to me. Here is the lineup. Fernando Tatis Jr. Oh, nice job, Nick.
You not having it had me and had make enough time to get it.
There we go. See, it all happens for a reason. Starting lineup today, Fernando Tatis Jr. playing right field, batting first, Xander Bogaerts, shortstop, batting second, Manny Machado, playing third, hitting third, Jackson Merrill, center field, cleaning up, Miguel Andujar, DHing in the 5th spot, Ramon Laureano in left field in the 6th spot. Here's interesting note, Ty France is going to be starting tonight at first base for the Padres in the 7th spot, Jake Cronenworth at second base in the 8th spot, and then Luis Campusano catching for Michael King tonight. We have a few questions that we need to ask ourselves about tonight because I feel like, as a fan, I feel like it's a big start for Michael King tonight. He did not have great spring starts. He did not have much success in spring. And so what is my level of worry going into today that Michael King is not going to be the guy that we need him to be today? My level of worry is this, because Xander Bogaerts said it yesterday. And if you missed it, Xander Bogaerts hit all 4 of his balls that he put in play yesterday at over 100 miles an hour. So what he said after the game, they asked him, what was the difference? I mean, you were crushing the ball today. And he was also crushing the ball in the World Baseball Classic. And he said, I think it just is because we're playing real games. So I could see, and my level of worry about Michael King is about on a scale of 10 being I'm really, really, really worried, 0 being I'm not worried at all. I think I'm about a 3. I want to see what he does when actual game competition is thrown at him, because Michael King is a competitor. He is not someone who's going to go out there and he's going to pitch to his highest ability every time he's out there on the mound with something that matters. In spring training, and I'm not saying that he did this, spring training, like, you always know in the back of your head, none of this really matters. So I'm not saying that spring training, I'm not saying he's going into those starts thinking I could do whatever I want because it doesn't matter, because he definitely wants to be in a position to he definitely wants to be in the position to feel like he's throwing good pitches and feel like he has the feel that he needs. But tonight, I'm going to go into the game with Michael King and say, hey, he's a competitor. It's a real game against a very good lineup that they saw yesterday with a bunch of lefties, and he's going to be facing Framber Valdez. So he knows how good he needs to be tonight. Michael King does not need any reminder as to what he needs to do. So am I worried? I said a 3, and I think that's fair. So if you're in the chat, please let us know what you think. Level of worry with Michael King tonight. 0 to 10, 0 being you're not worried at all. 10 being you're very, very, very worried. And if you want to watch the show, you can at Facebook 97.3 The Fan. You can also watch it on 97.3 The Fan's YouTube, the Gwynn and Chris SD YouTube, X 97.3 The Fan SD, and X at Matt Scraby. Let's get some comments real quick. Oh, here we go. From Steve. Oh, is this the Steve last night or last week that said we were stupid? Steve's back. Stammen may be one of the dumbest managers ever, and it's only been 2 games. His lineups are so bad. A non-power hitting lefty batting cleanup against the lefty. Stammen is a moron. It's truly unbelievable. Schilt 2.0 managing. I already read that one part. Anyway, what I have to say to that is it's game 2. And what I have to say to Jackson Merrill cleaning up, hey, I don't get it either. I'm not a fan of this. I've said it a million times. I like where they were going with Fernando before the season, which was hitting him in the cleanup spot. But I'm not going to criticize a lineup 2 games into the season. He said himself, Craig Stammen, and Craig Stammen did his media scrum earlier. So in the next segment, we'll hear from Craig Stammen when he talked to the reporters before the game. And I'm sure that they asked him about the lineup, but I'm just not going to go there just yet. And he said that the lineup is going to change many times throughout this year. It's going to be different. It's not going to see the same guys in the same spots all the time. Now, if we get 2 weeks into the season and we're still seeing this similar lineup, then I think it's time to question. But right now, I don't think it's time to question. It was a lineup against Tarek Skubal yesterday. And someone actually, I was talking to an acquaintance earlier today, and they were like, stop giving them an excuse for Skubal or for losing. And I was like, it's not an excuse. It's real. Like, most lineups in baseball cannot handle Tarek Skubal. Just because the Padres didn't do it doesn't mean they're terrible. It just means they're just like every other team, and they're facing the best pitcher in baseball. So this whole thing about the lineup stinks and Stammen's an idiot, give it time. Give it a little bit of time. I think he's at least earned that. He's at least earned a little bit of time. And some of the other decisions too, Ty France at first base tonight instead of Nick Castellanos. 2 thoughts come to mind for me. Number 1, Ty France is a Gold Glover, so he could play some defense. Number 2, he had a much better spring training than I think Nick Castellanos did. Ty France showed some power. Nick Castellanos obviously has power, but Ty France was actually applying that power in spring training. So I think that he does deserve the first base start against the lefty. Now, you're asking, why did they get Nick Castellanos not to put him in and play first base? That's my other thought, is that maybe he's just not ready for game action, regular season game action at first base. They're going to have to put him out there at some point. And I don't know this to be true. But a guy learning a position, I don't know that you just throw him out there 2 games into the season and say, figure it out. I don't think that's a thing. So the Ty France addition to the lineup, I think, is a good one. Campusano's the other one. And this is, I think, what we're going to be asking a lot of questions this year about the catchers. Freddie Fermin went 0 for 3 yesterday. Luis Campusano is going to be catching for Michael King today. And I've been hard on Luis Campusano I've said a few times, I think it's time to move on, but I'm going to cheer for the guy tonight. I'm going to I want him to do well. It's not like I have a personal vendetta against Luis Campusano, but at the same time, I feel like we have all seen the same thing from Luis Campusano at the major league level. There was a one really good year where he hit well, and then last year here at the major league level, it was tough. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from him either. When you get called up or when you get put on the roster and then they're like, hey, pinch hit, and then you get these unscheduled at bats, that's not a way to get into a season. And that's not a way to get into in trying to start hitting at the major league level. He's going to get his chances this year. That's just how it's going to be. So hopefully he can take advantage of those chances and he can do some good things. But I saw some grumbling with Luis Campusano as well. Clay said 0, not worried at all. That is a Clay thing. I've never met Clay, I don't think, but Clay is a non-worrying guy. Eddie says Campy couldn't hit his weight if he went on Ozempic. That is kind of funny. Clinton said he's at 6, but that's my normal starting worry level on this team. Fair enough. Micah says 6 as well. Dominic says not worried until there's something to worry about. Right now there isn't. That's a good way to put it, Dominic. Right now there isn't anything to worry about. Now, if Michael King has a bad start tonight, we'll be talking about that on Monday. If you're getting that out of whack over game 1 of 162, you ain't going to make it till August without having a stroke. I agree. Everybody needs to chill. Eddie says he's more worried about the offense than Michael King. Yeah, I do worry about the offense as well. But Framber Valdez is not Tarek Skubal. So that you have that going for you right out the gate. When we get back, we will hear from Craig Stammen. He talked to the media, and we'll see what he said about his lineup. We'll see what he said as the second day of as a manager for the Padres. If you missed it, Craig Stammen actually went to his kids' Little League game yesterday after the game. That would be sweet if he wore his uniform to his kids' baseball game. I was telling Tony earlier, like, can you imagine being the manager of that Little League team and then having Craig Stammen and Steven Souza Jr. roll up and watch your managerial job? Wouldn't that also be hilarious if Craig Stammen was like, your lineup stinks, just to get it out and say it to someone else? Anyway, Craig Stammen spoke with the media. We'll hear from him when we get back here on 97.3 The Fan. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. Matt Scraby here in the Bill House Studios. Nick DiNucci with me on the board, or at least he's directing, I think they call it these days. But for me, it's just when I got into radio like 10 years ago, it was the board. You're on the board. And now it's directing. Now you do have to kind of direct. So I understand why they changed the name, but I'm still going to call you a board op. And it's not, I was called a board op for a long time. It's not a dig at Nick at all. Nick's great. Nick does a lot of things for the station. So thank you, Nick. All right. When I went to break, I told you that Craig Stammen spoke to the media. We sifted through it. And this is the one part of it I think we need to hear, because we talked about why Ty France was in the lineup over Nick Castellanos. And here is what Craig Stammen said.
Why'd you go with Ty over Casti? Is that about Valdez history?
Yeah, a little bit of Valdez history. I think he's had 28 at-bats against him. So just going off of that and trying to find, places for guys to play and, where they can have the most success. And Ty said, yeah, I faced that guy a ton of times. Last year was the first time he hadn't faced him, I think is what he said. So familiarity is always good in this game.
Ty obviously won a Gold Glove at first base last year. His defensive ability, how much does that play a part in not just why he made the team, but why he gets a start here tonight?
Yeah, I feel really good with him at first base. Probably our best first baseman defensively. Won the Gold Glove last year. Ty's a Major League Baseball player, as is Nick Castellanos and the rest of the guys we have on the team. So we'll use Ty starting tonight, and Casti will get his chance too at some point. We saw him in probably the biggest spot in the game from our vantage point yesterday, hitting with the bases loaded. So, more opportunities for him for that. We've got a good team. We got a lot of good players.
And that's exactly kind of what we said. It was history. It was experience. It was all of the above. Maybe not about the first base skill of Nick Castellanos, but it's the smart move. When you're in game 2 and you don't really know how guys are going to be swinging it, I think it's okay to go with the guy who has good career numbers against Framber Valdez. And so I think that's a fine move. I know there's people criticizing it. I'm actually criticizing Campusano in there a little bit more than Ty France in there. But Ty France, looking up right now, he's faced him. Let's see. You know what? I almost just gave a stat that's not true. I'm going to have to look this up in the break just to see, because I was trying to find it earlier and I cannot find it, but this is a problem of mine. Here's something I found. 2022, he was 2 for 5 against Framber Valdez. So we'll get that all together. But the lineup is the lineup. We're going to be okay. Everybody's going to move forward. We're going to be happy. And there we go. Woosah. I've had to woosah like 3 times today, Nick. And I don't know why I've been so on edge today.
Would you like some information that might be helpful?
Yes, please.
Per Google and ESPN, it says he's 7 for 25 with 1 RBI and 28 plate appearances against Framber, Ty Francis.
7 for 25?
Yep.
All right. Well, that's 7 more hits than other guys. So I'm fine. It's okay. Everybody, the lineup will be okay. Thank you, Nick. All right, we're going to get back on track. Sorry, we're going to head back to break, but we have to. On the other side, Tony's going to rejoin. We're going to have the Big Five. We're going to talk about these new shoes that Nike is releasing for the Padres, which I absolutely want so bad. Also, Jason Hayward retired, but Caleb Williams is doing something that I don't know is okay. And we'll talk about it when we get back here on the Big Five, 97.3 The Fan.
Quinn.
promise everybody out there, I'm going to figure out these stupid earbuds at some point. Like, I've never struggled so much in my life with earbuds. It is insane. I just cannot do it, and it's really crazy. Okay, I'm just going to leave it out for now. Matt Scraby with you here, 97.3 The Fan, leading you up to first pitch, or not first pitch, leading up to Sammy Lev and his pregame show starting at 5:40 p.m. ahead of Padres and Tigers. Michael King against Framber Valdez. We're going to have the big five here in just a second. If you missed it, Tiger Woods is in a little bit of trouble. He crashed his car and he ended up getting charged with a DUI. So if you need more information, it's all over the internet, but it's a very sad day for anybody who looked up to Tiger Woods like I did. Here's what the lineup, the Padres lineup, has done against Framber Valdez here in their career. Fernando, 2 for 9 with 4 Ks, 2 RBIs. Xander Bogaerts, 4 for 14 with an RBI and 3 Ks. Manny Machado, 2 for 8, a homer, an RBI, 2 Ks. Jackson Merrill, I'm shocked that he's even faced Framber Valdez, which I guess was last year, his rookie year. 2 for 3, so that's all right. Miguel Andujar has never faced him. Ramon Laureano is 5 for 22 with an RBI and 8 Ks. Ty France is 7 for 28 with an RBI and 8 Ks. And then Jake Cronenworth, 0 for 8 with 2 Ks. Luis Campusano has not faced Framber Valdez so far. It's going to be a fight tonight. It's going to be a pitching battle tonight. If we get the Michael King that we know, it's going to be a pitching battle tonight. And if the Padres could find some way to get some of these ground balls to get out of the infield, I think that could be a huge difference. Now, who are they going to pitch tonight in the bullpen? Because they used Bradley Rodriguez yesterday. They used Marinaccio. They used Wandy Peralta. They used David Morgan. Kyle Hart was warming up yesterday, and then he sat back down. And here is what Craig Stammen said. I think the hardest part about today's decision making was who was going to pitch and how we were going to get through the game without pitching guys we wanted to save. We ended up wanting to save Kyle Hart for tomorrow and the next day. Their lineup is predominantly left-handed, and we felt like if we saved him for the next 2 days, we had a better chance. We could be a little bit more aggressive with the bullpen the next 2 days. If we had to be, we knew if Wandy just pitched one winning inning, he'd be good to go one of the next 2 days. So I would say you're going to see, whoa, what is going on with the levels in my earphones right now? I think the button is broken. Sorry. We're going to see Kyle Hart and we're going to see Wandy again. Kyle Hart will come in to face a predominantly lefty heavy portion of the lineup. I think that's what he's going to be. He's going to be a lefty bullpen specialist. So we'll probably see him next 2 days. We'll also see Wandy the next 2 days. And guess what? If we see Mason Miller in the next 2 days, that means the Padres are winning. So we definitely want to see Mason Miller in the next 2 days. I read that quote because it tells me, it gives me a little insight into how they're thinking about things. And it does tell me, hey, they're not just throwing stuff up against the wall and seeing what sticks. They have plans. So we have to keep that in mind. Jason Adam, if you're wondering about him, he leaves today for Sacramento, where he's going to pitch for AAA El Paso on Saturday. After that, plans are unclear, but he is eligible to come off the injured list April 6th. So not too far away from today. And they will gladly welcome him back into that bullpen as soon as possible. We talked to Ramon Laureano a little bit earlier. We're going to hear him in the 5 o'clock hour, but I believe traffic is ready. And then Tony's back and we got the big five.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Busy coastline ride, southbound 5, slowing from Basilone all the way into Oceanside. Crash is just cleared on the way past the coaster station. Southbound 5 before Imperial, reports of some concrete and a large bucket in the slow lane. Other than that, people are doing a pretty good job of staying out of trouble on our roads. San Diego drivers, keep moving with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their expert technicians help keep your vehicle and everyone in it safe and road ready. Stay in your car, no appointment needed. Save at SoCalOilChange.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive through oil change. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are broadcasting live from the Bill House studio, or at least I am broadcasting live from the Bill House studios, where I know how Tony Gwynn Jr. in his familiar seat down at Petco Park getting ready for game 2, but we got a Big Five before that.
Number 5.
And I did a lot of looking into the numbers, Tony, and I feel like the Padres hit a little, or it wasn't as bad, their hitting yesterday, than we all think, because they didn't chase much. They put the ball in play. They forced Skubal to throw 76 pitches. Doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot more than he probably should have thrown. Plus, Xander Bogaerts hit 4 balls over 100 miles an hour. Not trying to sugarcoat this, but was yesterday's hitting against the best pitcher in baseball actually better than we think?
Who cares? That's what I said.
I figured that was your answer.
Who cares? And then, but and also, they forced him to throw 76 pitches. Dog, he went 6 innings.
I was trying to make it a bigger feat than it was.
There's no making it bigger feat. He shoved, and that's what a 2-time Cy Young Award can do from time to time. But also, who cares? It was bad game 1. Let it become a trend at least before we start to the woe is us that the offense is not good.
That's what I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to present to people, hey, they put the ball in play. Hey, they didn't chase that much. Hey, Xander hit 4 balls. The reason I came with this question is because my neighbor was like, if they're going to look like this all season long, I can't watch. I'm like, dude,
man, let your neighbor live, man. Let your neighbor live. Everybody can't be on the, relax. It's a long season. Everybody don't want to be on that, and that's okay. Let people do what they do. But asking the question of is this as bad? Who cares? And you can't sugarcoat the fact that he threw 76 pitches in 6 innings of work. God forbid he would have thrown 100, because that would have been a complete game at that point.
I was thinking about the complete game yesterday. He was that good. But yeah, and I am no longer the guy who panics, which I'm proud of myself. 6 years ago,
let's not give yourself too much
6 years
credit.
ago, we would be freaking out, or I would.
If you get to game 20, you shouldn't be giving yourself a pat on the back either. So,
All right.
Number 4.
News today, World Series champion Jason Hayward officially retired today. After a 16-year big league career, he is 36 years old. He played for 5 teams. After breaking in with the Braves in 2010, his final place he played would be San Diego, where he appeared in 34 games for the Padres. He won his first World Series ring with the Cubs in 2016, where he went on to sign an 8-year, $184 million deal before the start of that season, and it remains the largest deal in franchise history. So I'm going to put you up first again, Tony. Did Jason Hayward live up to his hype?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know if he had I don't know what. I'm trying to remember what the hype was. I know it was big after game 1, like where he hit like a homer on his first ever at bat.
Yeah, without any spring training, or I'm sorry, without any minor leagues.
Yeah, and I knew I think Jay Hay was on the cover of Baseball America or something like that, maybe too. But I don't know. Maybe because I was in it, I don't remember like the hype being like crazy. The hype wasn't like it was for Bryce or something like I remember what that was. So yeah, I'd say so. Listen, World Series champ. He was definitely looked at as a leader in every clubhouse that he was in. In some of those clubhouses, he was the dude, right? And so, yeah, man, that's a phenomenal career, and it may not be Hall of Fame worthy, but nonetheless, man, there's so many big leaguers that would aspire to have a career like his, including me. I mean, that's he had a heck of a career, and more importantly, the dude is like an incredible human being too. So he does a lot of philanthropic work there. Whew.
That was a good one, Tony. You caught yourself.
That was like
philanthropic.
That was like McGonagall yesterday.
McGonagall. I love it.
I kept saying McGonagall. I was like, God damn.
I love it. I love
but
it.
Then
so
after you get four knocks though, it's kind of you start to remember. Okay, yeah,
someone's name. Yeah, it's McGonagall. Not McGonagall. Did he live up to the hype for me? I think a 16-year big league career, I've come to know, is very difficult, and it's not something that happens all the time. And even when we met him last year, he may have been on the backside of his career, but what we saw was him like mentoring other players. And what you said is he's an even better guy off the field than he is on the field. And again, I have to agree, he's probably not a Hall of Famer, but 16 years at the big leagues, winning a World Series for the Cubs for the first time in forever, that's a pretty memorable career. So I would say he lived up to the hype, because you're right. He wasn't a Bryce Harper. He wasn't any of those types of guys, which is, Bryce has always had to try and live up to that. But Jason Hayward, I think, did too.
Number 3.
This is a strange one that you sent this morning, Tony. Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams' attempt to trademark, quote, Iceman, is being challenged by the NBA legend George Gervin, who's used the nickname for over 40 years. He is a Hall of Famer, Gervin, 4-time scoring champion, and he expressed surprise when Williams, who earned the nickname in the 2025 season, filed for 4 trademark applications on March 16th. Gervin said, quote, I've been the Iceman for 40-something years. I never thought anybody would try to trademark it. End quote. Gervin Interests LLC filed its own trademark applications for Iceman and Iceman 44 on March 20th, but trademark attorney Josh Gervin notes that Gervin could claim prior use, though Williams filed it first. If Williams' application is accepted, Tony, Gervin's could be refused. Where would you rule in this?
I would push for these two to figure it out.
Thank you.
Between the two. Like, I get where the original Iceman Gervin's coming from. He has used it for a very long time, but in some ways it's like, shame on you for not having this trademarked a long time ago.
Yeah,
man.
this is I don't want to call him an old guy, but this is kind of an old guy move by not doing this.
Right. And then on the second thought, I kind of get where Williams is coming from too. Like, dang, man, that was like 30 years ago. Can someone else use the name, please? Like, what's up? And you didn't have it trademarked. By the way, they both might end up being told no, because if I'm not mistaken, the UFC old fighter, what was it, dude with the Mohawk?
Yeah, Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell. I believe that he has also
Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
I think he put one in along even before them. So I don't know. They both, all three, or those two may both end up out of luck.
Mafia hitman Richard Kuklinski from prison is like, my name is the Iceman. I want to be a part of this. I think you're right.
He's like, I got my name doing like real things too.
Yeah,
like, so,
I actually don't know if he's alive, but somewhere he's like, man, the Iceman is my name. I have more. I think it's more egregious that Caleb Williams is trying to trademark Iceman after like 2 years in the NFL. That's what bothers me a little bit more. Maybe work for it. Come on, dude. George Gervin's been there for 40 years.
They say you got to strike while the iron's hot.
He's absolutely right. He should do this right now. No, he should absolutely do this right now. He's got a good business team behind him. They should come together and figure this out. One very legendary basketball player and one could be legendary football player. It would be nice for them.
I guess if you were talking about Chuck Liddell, you could have said that they're two. What was the word you used?
Legendary.
Yeah.
Gervin and Liddell legendary. Caleb Williams still trying to become legendary.
Number 2.
I don't know if you saw this, Tony. We couldn't hear much of the game on Wednesday, but Barry Bonds helped to fill a pretty boring opening matchup for Netflix on Wednesday night, and they were talking stories, and he told a story that most have never heard before. Here is what he said on the broadcast.
Well, I would have been the Yankees, but Steinbrenner got on the phone and they called us and they told me, Barry, we're going to give you the money, the highest paid player at that time, but you have to sign the contract by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I said, excuse me? And I just hung the phone up. Wow. And I went to go get lunch and Dennis Gilbert, my agent, they were like, what do you know you just did? I'm like, did you know what he just said? I just said, forget it. And I went to go by the time I walked down the street to go get lunch, I said, let me just think about this. The Giants called me and I said, I'm going home.
So there you go. He was almost a Yankee for a second.
Thank God he wasn't.
What's that?
Thank God he wasn't.
I know. That would have been different. That would have been really different.
Barry was not a Yankee.
And think about the confidence of saying George Steinbrenner.
That literally would have been during the Yankees three-peat run.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this. They went on to win 5 World Series after that, and Bonds in his career never got one by staying with the Giants. So, I mean, is it safe to say that he would have a bunch of rings if he became a Yankee?
What's funny is I think that is a great example of a player from a different generation and just their mindset, right? I feel like a lot of players right now, if let's say what's my man's name at the Clippers? Ballmer. Let's say
Ballmer.
Let's say Steve Ballmer had free agents, whoever the best. Let's say a LeBron prime. Well, and I guess this is
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he offered. He had the. Well, yeah, it sounds like he offered the most money and was able to skirt some rules, right? And he took it. But I feel like there was a sense of like, I don't know, pride in terms of and maybe it was silly pride, nonetheless. I think that's what made him as good as he was. Like it was crazy pride and confidence. Like, yo, you're not gonna just tell me I need to sign the deal right now.
I'm
like,
Barry Bonds.
Right. Like click, like it literally hung up on him. Click.
Like you wait for me. I don't wait for you.
I think that approach it's a couple. It opens insight into a couple of things. That approach from owners has changed. Now they ain't too. I think they understand they got to kind of play the game a little bit more.
Yeah, they have to cater to that player.
You do what I say. Versus Steinbrenner back in the day, that's how he operated. You came to the Yankees, you're gonna cut your hair,
do your thing,
clean shaven, and go out there and perform. That's what I want you to do. It's not like that no more.
No, it's definitely not. I love like it. That. I mean, go ahead.
I think obviously Barry. It sounded like he wanted to go home to begin with, and so he got to play for his hometown team. They got to a World Series. Then the freaking Angels came out of nowhere.
Stupid rally monkey.
That monkey.
Stupid rally monkey. When that World Series was going on, I was a teenager, and I just absolutely hated that rally monkey. But
that would have been so terrible to have to deal with. Yankees and Barry Bonds.
Can you imagine?
Oh my God, that would have been ridiculous.
Just the media constantly around the Yankees, even more so than they already were. I'm just happy as a kid, a teenager, grew up in the Bay Area, that Barry Bonds chose the Giants over the Yankees, because at the time I hated the Yankees. Now the Yankees have been replaced by the Dodgers. So, and listening to the Dodgers broadcast, I can't take the gold piping. I can't do any of this.
Honestly, though, tell me the Padres won a World Series, gold piping on whatever wouldn't be kind of smooth, though.
It would be sweet. It would be sweet, but it's who's wearing it.
You just don't like it on blue. Yeah.
It's who's wearing it. It's who's wearing it, Tony.
Number 1.
All right, Nike is going to be releasing some San Diego Padres shoes on May 15th, and I want them because I'm going to put up the photos here on YouTube, and I like the colors. It makes me think these are the upcoming City Connect colors, but here is the shoe right here. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. And then here's another angle of it. It has Padres on it, but they're coming out May 15th with this shoe. And I'm sure they're going to be affordable, and I'm not going to have to take out a loan in order to buy these shoes. So, Tony, do you like these shoes?
Wait, these shoes came out like they're Nike posted it?
Nike posted it, yeah.
I thought they're trying to keep that that would seem. I mean, why would Nike come out with a shoe like that says San Diego on it?
Other than the City Connect colors?
I mean, why? I don't. Yes. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, I just thought maybe they were trying to be a little bit more secretive than what's going on here, because we've seen the uniforms. It seems like
they put a big old San Diego on the back of the shoe.
Yeah, no. I get that part. I'm just saying, like, I felt like they weren't as secretive with this jersey as they were with the past jersey, because I don't think we would have seen a shoe that's coming out in like 2 months on social media before. But
no, you're true. That's true.
Can you ask the people at the Padres if they can get me a size 13, please? Thank you very much. 13 wide, Tony. 13 wide. I appreciate
13
that.
wide. Oh, you need a special shoe, huh?
Yeah. We talked about it earlier, Tony. My feet. I'm old. I'm old. I wore the wrong shoes yesterday walking around, and my left foot feels like it's broken because I'm an old person. It is ridiculous. I woke up, stepped off my bed, and felt like my ankle was going to break because I wore Vans instead of real walking shoes yesterday. Do you know how embarrassing that is for me?
Seems pretty embarrassing, I must say.
It is pretty embarrassing. All right, when we get back, we're going to take you up to Sam Levitt's pregame show. We're going to talk to Sam Levitt. We're also going to hear from our interview with Ramon Laureano from earlier. So stay right here, 97.3 The Fan.
Baseball season.
Do you know how many kids probably in their backyard pause before they go around third base?
I've seen. I just was at a little league game yesterday, so I saw plenty of it. Oh,
yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Todd, you obviously have had some tremendous success in this league, but there's still a long way for you to go. I mean, what is it that you want to accomplish individually? I know we know what the end goal is for this ball club. That's to win a World Series, but for you in particular, what are some of the things you're focused on for yourself this year?
I mean, everybody knows, including myself, there's a next level to my game. And, I've been given a small portion of it, given a small taste to the people out there, including to myself. So, just bring that consistency of what I can really do in a baseball field on a long-term basis. And, hopefully compete for that MVP that I know I'm capable of. But it's a matter of fact, just really putting the work and staying locked in to really make it happen.
Yeah. Last thing for me, Fernando, appreciate this. So obviously, what does winning not one, but, cementing yourself as a great outfielder to win a second, glove, not gold glove,
platinum
glove.
Shortchange that man.
Especially when you were a shortstop, right? I mean, people kind of forget about this. You did this at a second position. What does that mean to you and just in being able to show people your dedication to your craft?
Man, a lot of hard work, a lot of great people around me helping me, to stay focused out there, to really practice on what it needs to be to get better as an outfielder. But, man, it's just a true blessing, to people to see the hard work, see the dedication, see the work that we're putting on the field, and really just glad that I made it happen that way, especially, like you said, going to my second position. So just hopefully, trying to keep that good work and cement myself even a little bit more to keep winning it, or, keep bringing that gold and platinum. So there's a lot of baseball ahead of me, so just looking forward to that challenge.
Last one for me, Toddy. You sent the Padre folks in a tizzy when you were doing so well in the leadoff spot for the Dominican Republic. They've been peppering Stam here, and if that is going to be the same
as
thing
if
here,
we get to write the name in,
right. Do you have a preference? I know you're going to hit wherever they ultimately ask you to hit, but is there a comfort level at a certain spot?
I don't really know, man. I don't really go where I'm hitting. It's just, I'm really a baseball geek. So I want to see, how is the best construction of our lineup look, and from there, I know I'm capable of checking in on whatever area that you want me to. So I'm more focused on that where I'm gonna be myself. You know, it's like
how the lineup works best.
Yeah, how can this offense work at its best, and how can everybody check into their best tools? I'm more into that area. So if that's first or second, third, or fourth, I'm gonna be there. So whatever my manager wants me to play the best baseball game this season, I'm gonna be ready for battle.
It's a good thing he said that because Stammen was with us early. Said Fermin's going to bat second. You're batting eighth this year. So I hope that's. Yeah, he didn't tell you. Oh my God! It was just. I wasn't supposed to say. Thanks, Fernando.
Todd, we appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming on, spending time. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Good to be around.
Do you know how many kids probably in their backyard pause before they go around third base?
I just was at a Little League game yesterday, so I saw plenty of it. Oh,
yeah,
100%.
see? Yeah.
Todd, you obviously have had some tremendous success in this league, but there's still a long way for you to go. I mean, what is it that you want to accomplish individually? I know we know what the end goal is for this ball club. That's to win a World Series, but for you in particular, what are some of the things you're focused on for yourself this year?
I mean, everybody knows, including myself, there's a next level to my game. And, I've been given a small portion of it, given a small taste to the people out there, including to myself. So, just bring that consistency of what I can really do in a baseball field on a long-term basis. And, hopefully compete for that MVP that I know I'm capable of. But it's as a matter of fact, just really putting the work and staying locked in to really make it happen.
Yeah. Last thing for me, Fernando, appreciate this. So obviously, what does winning not one, but, cementing yourself as a great outfielder to win a second, glove, not gold glove, platinum
don't
glove.
shortchange that man.
Especially when you were a shortstop, right? I mean, people kind of forget about this. You did this at a second position. What does that mean to you and just in being able to show people your dedication to your craft?
Man, a lot of hard work, a lot of great people around me, helping me, to stay focused out there to really.
The Fan.
And we have made it to the 5 p.m. hour, the happy hour of Gwynn and Chris. Happy hour is brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pool sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now and say radio for a free month of service. All right, I'm going to waste no time. I'm getting a quick check-in from our guy, Sammy Lev, down at Petco Park. And Sam, a loss yesterday, obviously. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, Scraby. Beautiful Friday evening here in downtown San Diego. Tigers taking BP. The crowd is starting to file in. We've got plenty of people out in Gallagher Square getting ready for what should be a fun Friday night. You know what the best part of being back at the ballpark really is? It's getting to be next to my guy, Pedro Gutierrez, one of the great Spanish language radio broadcasters for the Padres. Just being with him, our friendship, it's fantastic. And, he's great, but I'm a little jealous of you. You get to share a studio right now with the GOAT, Nick Danucci.
The GOAT, Nick Danucci. If you've never seen Nick, you can go to our YouTube, 97.3 The Fan. You can see Nick. He is on the board tonight for Sammy Lev. And so did, I've been meaning to ask you, Sam, because you refused to get a haircut in Arizona.
Yes.
Was it like a reunion that you always wanted with your haircut guy?
Well, yeah, I will tell you, a couple of years ago, I got a really bad haircut in Arizona during spring training.
It really affected you.
I kind of swore off haircuts during spring training, so I got one right before I left. And then, yes, I went the whole time without a haircut, got one right when I got back to San Diego. But, yes, by the end of spring training, it's getting a little wild. It starts curling up on the sides. It's a little messy, and I'm wearing a hat most days towards the end of spring training, but that's okay.
All right. I know you got a lot going on. You have a lot to do tonight. 5:40 p.m. Sam will take over the airwaves. He'll get you set for game 2 of the Padres season. Michael King tonight, Framber Valdez. I know that the guys, I saw some of the videos that you put up, and the guys in the clubhouse were like, different guy, different day. What's kind of the mindset down there right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's game 2 of the season. I mean, not to,
I know
not to
it's
be
really hard to do any analysis on this, but
not to be too simple about it, I do think it's another tough test as far as who they got to face tonight. Framber Valdez has been one of the better starting pitchers, better left-handers, certainly in baseball the last handful of years, and he's a tough customer. And look, bottom line is a lot of teams, they're 1-2. You're going to face them right out of the gate, and Tarek Skubal is about as tough as a number 1 as there is in baseball, and Framber Valdez right now is quite a tough number 2, and certainly got paid like somebody who is a tough number 2 in the offseason by the Tigers. So this is, a tough test for the Padres, but certainly even beyond the offensive part of it, a better start today from Michael King would go a long way. And Michael had a pretty up and down spring training, so it's going to be a little intriguing to see if any of those struggles carry over into the regular season. Not saying it will. I don't put a lot of stock into spring training outcomes, especially when you're a guy like Michael King and you're proven and your spot is secured. But it will be interesting to see if he can kind of right the ship here and start one of the regular season against what was a very productive Tigers lineup yesterday. It is a pretty good team.
It is a very good team. I mean, the lineup is full of a lot of really good lefties as well. So it's not the easiest lineup to go against if you're a right-handed pitcher. But what did you think about the lineup yesterday? I know we talked about the lineup so much in spring training. Fernando, he's not going to be at the top. And then he's been at the top the last 2 games. And I know that could change. Craig Stammen has said many times that the lineup will change through the year. I'm not going to ask you about Fernando because that's kind of self-explanatory. But Jackson Merrill in the cleanup, what do you think about that? I know that there are some fans out there that are kind of upset about that. But what are you thinking? What are your thoughts on him?
Fine by me. I mean, Jackson's a really productive player, and he's a guy who's going to bat somewhere in that top 4. So I have no problem with Jackson in the cleanup. I'll be honest, I think, surprised by Fernando leading off. I really, and I probably said this to you guys on this show at some point during spring training, I really felt like they weren't going to do that. Now, I think Craig Stammen's going to be malleable with this lineup. I don't know that this is going to be a set lineup every day. And by the way, when they face a right-hander tomorrow, we may end up getting a bit of a better idea of what the variations might look like when they face a right-hander for the first time tomorrow. But I did think Fernando would bat lower. I am interested to see if it does change against a righty tomorrow. So I'll kind of put my answer about Fernando leading off. I'll shelve it until we see the lineup tomorrow. But I have no problem with Jackson batting cleanup. He's got to be somewhere in that top 4. Today, what's, I think, interesting about the lineup, really 2 things. Luis Camposano getting a start right away.
Yes.
Remember, they have an off day on Sunday. They don't have a day game tomorrow. So this is very much the Padres saying, hey, this guy's on the roster. We said we were going to let him, have a runway with this sort of number 2 catching job, and we're going to get him in there and get him at bats right away. This is not going to be a scenario where he's going to now not see live pitching in a week plus. So that was interesting today. And Ty France against the lefty Valdez getting the start at first base over Castellanos. I think there's a couple of reasons for that. Number 1, same kind of thing. I think if he's on the team, they want to play him, but also he's by far and away seen Framber Valdez the most out of any guy. His numbers against Valdez in his career, because of all that time in the AL West, he's 280 average and 25 at bats. So he's seen him a lot, which I think is part of it. And also, Ty France plays a good first base. He won a Gold Glove as a first baseman last year. So I think that's all part of it. I'm sure we'll see Castellanos at some point, but I do think it's, worth noting a little bit that we see Ty France today, but I do think the experience against Valdez was certainly part of that.
Yeah, that's what Craig Stammen said a little bit earlier, so we'll have to go with that. Last question before we let you go, Sam, and get ready for the actual show that you're doing today, which is the pregame show at 5:40 p.m. I asked people earlier, 0 to 10, 0 being you're not worried at all, 10 being you're extremely worried. What is your worry for Michael King tonight?
He hasn't thrown a pitch.
I know, but we saw him in spring training.
What's my worry? Based on the
you know
spring
how this
training,
game works, Sam.
Okay,
you know how this game works.
1 to 10 based on the spring training numbers. I'm going to tell you at this point, I'm going to put it at a 1 right now. I think that's the only answer I can say. I cannot, based on Michael King being healthy and who he has been when he's been healthy, I cannot put really any stock into his spring training. I can't. I cannot do that before he makes his first start of the year. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll put it at a 1. If he struggles tonight, it'll go up.
Okay.
But I'll put it at a 1. I cannot do that off Arizona, thin air, spring training stats. I can't do it. So
I get
I'm gonna
you,
take
Sam.
your question and kind of throw it back in your
No,
face.
it's
I'll put it
fine
at a
because
1.
the maturity of my baseball knowledge. I said pretty much the same exact thing as you. You asked me 6 years ago. I'm like a 7. He did not do great. He did not do great in spring training. This is gonna be awful. But anyway, all right, Sam. Thank you so much for stopping in and chatting with us about today. Yeah, you almost said tonight. It is tonight. Anyway, what you got going on in your pregame show?
What do we got? We'll hear from the manager, Craig Stammen. We'll revisit what Joe Musgrove said yesterday, kind of some injury stuff there. So we'll get into that during the injury report. Let me pull up my little list here. Where is it? Hold on. I want to give you the right info here, and I know you got time. So
we got time
here. Oh, all right. Here we go. We'll hear from Craig Stammen, Joe Musgrove, Ty France, Jackson Merrill, and Mason Miller. So hear all that. We'll hear from Tony as well. Get you ready for Game 2 of 2026 coming up at 5:40 on the award-winning Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show.
It won an award?
You don't know that it didn't.
I was like, where was I? I would have known
great
this
response and
and
great
I would have
timing.
texted Sam immediately saying, congratulations. It needs to win an award,
There's
though.
a lot of awards out there.
That is true. All
You
right,
don't
Sam.
know which one. You don't know which one it won.
It could have been like
Prove
either
that it didn't, Scraby.
the
Prove
Marconi,
that
or
the
it could have
pregame
been
coverage did not win an award.
It could have been like the Sod Poodles giving it out. Like, hey, Sam, you had a great award. All right. Thank you so much, Sam. Have a
All
great,
right,
have a great
Scraby and Nick.
broadcast.
Nick, I'll talk to you soon, buddy. See ya.
What a strange human being sometimes. That was Sam Levitt. We appreciate him for joining us here right before his pregame show that starts at 5:40. All right, we're going to get to break here. I believe traffic is ready. And on the other side, we're going to tie up any loose ends, and we're going to hear from Ramon Laureano. He was on the show earlier. So stick around for our Friar Friday interview here on Gwynn Chris 97.3 The Fan. Final segment here of Gwynn and Chris. I am Matt Scraby. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to hear from Ramon Laureano here in just a second. He was on the inaugural 2026 Friar Friday interview was Ramon Laureano. So he hit a home run yesterday. You hit a home run, you get to come on the show. That's just how it works. I am broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Nick DiNucci with me as well. I'm going to talk about this because I pulled the chart, and because Xander Bogaerts had such an awesome day at the plate yesterday, 2 for 4, drove in a run, hit the ball very hard. Kevin Acee put this in his newsletter, but it's not something that I've actually thought about before and actually seen the numbers before, but the numbers are kind of jarring. And what I'm talking about is how Xander starts the year versus how he finishes the year. If you go back to 2023, the first 360 plate appearances, Xander had an average of 253, OPS is 731. He had 10 home runs. In 2023's final 305 plate appearances, he had 321, 857 OPS, 17 doubles, 2 triples, and 9 homers with a 135 WRC plus. You're going to find that he is a lot better as a Padre. He is a lot better in the second half than he is the first half. In 2024, first 200 plate appearances for the Padres, he hit 219, 581 OPS, 4 homers, only 6 doubles, and a 66 WRC plus, which is weighted runs created plus. So anything over 100 is very good. Anything less than 100 or 100's average, anything less than 100, like 66 is not great. 2024's final 263 plate appearances, he hit 299, 770 OPS, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 7 homers, 117 WRC plus. Now, last year, first 290 plate appearances, I remember the numbers being much worse, but he hit 227 in the first 290 plate appearances, 617 OPS, 13 doubles, 3 homers, and a 76 WRC plus. So not great, but the final 262 plate appearances last year, 301 average, 831 OPS, 17 doubles, 8 homers, and a 135 WRC plus. Now, when he was with Boston, those numbers were throughout the entire season. So the secret for Xander Bogaerts, and something that he has said this offseason, is that he wants to be a full year guy. He wants to make sure that he's producing all season long instead of doing what he's done in the last 3 seasons with the Padres, which is kind of crazy. He's been with the Padres for 3 seasons at this point. But yesterday, if anything we could take from yesterday, that was the one good thing that we could actually really feel good about, is Xander Bogaerts going 2 for 4, hitting the ball hard. If he is able to do what he has done in the second half, here in the first half, and still continue to do it in the second half, then you're looking at a guy who can help put this team over the top. And what I mean is they're going to win a lot of games. And he's a key to this whole team. His defense is good. I have no worries about his defense whatsoever. It is his bat that hasn't really been that great for Xander Bogaerts. And you know that he doesn't want to be like this. You know that he wants to hit 290, 300 all season long. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But I just need him to figure out how he can get the second half of the season performance and put it into the first half of the season performance, because there's still a great baseball player in there. And I'm not saying Xander Bogaerts at this point in time is terrible or anything like that, but I do think that he has left a little to be desired over the years. And if he's someone that in the 2 spot, which is where he's hitting today and where he hit yesterday, if he's able to be a dangerous hitter, then Manny Machado is going to have protection. And then if you put Fernando at the cleanup spot, then Manny Machado is sandwiched in between 2 great hitters. So it's just going to make a pitcher nervous. It's going to make them think, man, I cannot walk Xander Bogaerts here because then I have to face Manny Machado. Or I cannot give up a hit here to Manny Machado, or because I'm going to be facing Fernando Tatis Jr. So that's always in the back of their mind. And if Xander could be a more dangerous hitter, if Xander could scare more pitchers, then this lineup's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot longer. And when you have guys like Ty France at the end of the lineup, when Nick Castellanos, Ramon Laureano, Jake Cronenworth, Gavin Sheets, it's if everybody is pulling their weight, I'm not asking them to do anything above and beyond. But if everybody is pulling their weight, this lineup is lengthy. And there's not a great spot for a rest for an opposing pitcher. Is it the 29 Yankees or something? No, it's not the 29 Yankees. Is it the Dodgers lineup? No. But you don't have to have the Dodgers lineup. You just have to have every piece working together as it's supposed to work. And so if Xander Bogaerts, I've been a fan of this guy. I've been defending this guy. I have wanted to see this guy be awesome for the entire time he's been a Padre. It's been up and down, but hopefully this is the year that he can put together a full season for the Padres. If he puts together a full season for the Padres at the plate and they're good numbers, I'm telling you, this team is going to win a lot of games. He is that important. He can change things that much. He just has to do it. All right. Matt Scraby, 97.3 The Fan. Scraby, this is not the Scraby Show, actually. I went into autopilot there for a second. Gwynn and Chris is where we're at. But we talked to Ramon Laureano a little bit earlier for Friar Friday, and here's our visit with him.
Friar Friday, first one of the year. Our first guest of the year, none other than Ramon Laureano. Ramon, thank you for coming on. How are you, my friend?
Oh, no, thanks for having me. Doing really good. What about yourself?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You guys looking to bounce back after yesterday's win. What was it like just to get into a big league stadium again? You guys have been 6 weeks down in Arizona where triple-digit weather. What was it like to get back in Petco Park and get on that big league field again?
Oh, it was awesome, especially, with all the fans here and the weather is compared to Arizona right now. It was really good. Very happy.
Ramon, last year, the Padres and yourself, you guys got to the playoffs. You unfortunately had to miss it. You ended up breaking your hand or your finger right before postseason start. And when we look back on that series, man, your presence was missed. How difficult was that for you to have to sit and kind of watch this ball club be like right there on the cusp, but also know that you could have made an impact in some way?
Yeah, it was sad as soon as I got hit, I was thinking of all of that on a flash. But accept it and support my teammates in any way that I can. That's where my mind was. Yesterday,
you provided some positivity for the Padres. You go deep there a little bit late in the ball game. As I watched that at bat, I mean, he threw you 3 changeups in a row, and none of them in which looked like you were all that fooled by. When it came out of his hand the third time, did you recognize it immediately?
I think it just felt really good mechanically, so I was pretty confident with whatever he threw. So not really thinking too much of what he might do. It was just sort of like, let's get stay disciplined and just go for it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You guys had a tough task in Tariq Skubal last night. Today it doesn't get a whole lot easier. Framber Valdez on the mound who gets a ton of ground balls. When you face a guy like Framber versus facing a guy like Skubal, how different is your approach facing those two guys?
Stay on top and kind of this one is just keep see the ball up. So
yeah.
I guess that's the mentality, the approach today, and hopefully we can execute.
Talking to Ramon Laureano here on the SCCCU Fan Hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking, it's better. You've been in a couple different spots in your career, and you really seem to have turned it on when you came to the Padres. Obviously, with the Orioles, you had a great start to your year. But what was the difference between last year and other years of your career?
I think in 24, I just narrow my stance and just continue to do the same. And I think I just did that, and I was able to have more rhythm, being more loose with my body, and it's been tremendous.
Ramon, as you enter this point of your career, like you said, you kind of hit a spot in your career where you feel pretty comfortable with what you're doing and having some success. When you first came over, and went to high school here in the States from DR. I mean, just talk a little bit about that part of your journey. It seems like you kind of knew what you wanted to do at a very early age and pursued that in the best way possible. Take us a little bit through that part of your journey.
Yeah, I couldn't sign there because I wasn't that good, but because you got to sign very early. So then, a scholarship came, and we, as a family, we took it. And as a family, we took it. We made a decision, and then, after that, it's been high school for 2.5 years in Long Island, and then 2 years in college. So it was like meant to be.
Talking to Ramon Laureano here on the SDCCU fan hotline for Friar Friday. And you play left field at Petco Park. A lot of guys say that's a very difficult place to play left field. Gavin Sheets ran into the wall, so you have not done that yet. But what's it been like for you to adjust to Petco Park's left field?
Just the ball dies right behind third base. So it will be very in for me, but it dies the ball there. But if it's a lefty hitting and he hits a foul ball, let's say 8 rows, 10 rows deep, it will come back.
Yeah.
So same thing in the Philly. I remember Philadelphia Stadium, Citizen Bank Park. But usually Yankee Stadium. Now that I think about it, but they just come back, and that's kind of like adjustment. But it's all about, I always say, it's all about conviction. So you're just anticipating every ball that you're going to catch it. And it's more of a mental shift than anything else.
Ramon, we appreciate you coming on and spending some time with us, brother. Good luck today. And good luck for get a victory for us today.
No, will do. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, Ramon, take care. Ramon Laureano there, Padres left fielder.
And there we go. Our first Friar Friday guest of the season, Ramon Laureano. Again, you hit a home run, you get to come on Friar Friday. I don't know if they look at it like that, but I do. Before we get out of here, I just have to say the Giants have not scored a run this year yet. They have already lost to the Yankees today. Aaron Judge broke his 0-for-7 streak with a 2-run home run, but they lost 3-0 today. So at least the Padres are the Giants. This is where I usually go with this stuff. Like, is there some worse situation in baseball than what the Padres did yesterday? And yes, you could be the White Sox, who got beat 14-2, but they also struck out 20 times, 2-0. That is worse. If we were talking about that today, I'd be far more depressed than talking about losing 8-2 to Tarek Skubal and the Tigers. But if we get back here on Monday and they still haven't won a game, knock on wood, I'm going to be a little antsy, a little nervous. It is 3 games into the season, and I can already hear all my baseball people, Tony and Sam and Chris. Ha ha ha, Scraby. 3 games into the season. I think deep down they're like, I want to win too. All right. That's it for me. We are going to be back on Monday. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Stick right here because the Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show with Sam Levitt is coming up next at 5:40. Then first pitch between the Tigers and the Padres, Framber Valdez versus Michael King at 6:40 p.m. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Thank you again, and have a great weekend.